of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Hustle for your boy, fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wow, 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 lift it up.
Shorty got that hair like Rapunzel. Make a nigga fall in love like dominoes. Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Shorty got that hair like Rapunzel. Make a nigga fall in love like dominoes. Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Goddamn, shorty so fine. Like a treadmill, she be running through my mind. On that booty, she got a nigga geeking. Having fantasies of me and her, can that be squeaking? Shorty got that hair like Rapunzel. Make a nigga fall in love like dominoes. Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Shorty got that hair like Rapunzel. Make a nigga fall in love like dominoes. Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Hey, Jupiter booty, can you twerk some?
Niggas put that booty while we cooling up and hooting. You know how we do this. The old school troopers. Smartest. We smoother than the smoothest. The hardest, the rulers. They can't get through us.
Shorty got that booty.
Good morning. Sorry, y'all. I literally was drinking the water. Literally, as soon as the song ended, I was like, God, sorry. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Sorry if I got water on my face. Shout out to everybody in the building. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to everybody in the building. Okay. We got a few things to discuss, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hold on one second. Girl, I'm all over the place. Girl, listen, it's been a rough day. My morning has been all over the place, girl. Hold on. Sorry if it's a little dark. It's going to come back. Sorry about that. But yeah, so we got a few things to discuss today. We're going to be discussing, I have a FBA delineation thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and how imperative and important that is for us as Black Americans in America today. Because I don't know if y'all know this, our literal existence is in the process of being erased, and they're doing it under the quote unquote cohesiveness of all us being all together. And we got to talk about that. We got to start, putting more pedal to the metal on that. Then we got to talk about Lil Meech. So Lil Meech gets pulled over and literally dumps all his paraphernalia, his illegal substances onto his friend, and then has his friend arrested. Then the friend spends all his savings to fight the case, offer him to get to jail, and Meech is just like, oh, my bad. And he ain't putting money on the books. Girl, Lil Meech, listen, whatever they say, Lil Meech is on. He on it. I'm telling you. Then we're going to talk about Claressa Shields versus Remy Ma, and going to this fighting thing. And they said Fat Joe and Remy Ma came out with the boxer. They was at a boxing event, and Remy Ma came out with Fat Joe talking about lean back. And they said as soon as they finished the performance, the dude who they was fighting, who they was rapping for, he got leaned back real fast. They said it was bad. I didn't see it. I wasn't there. I didn't share it. I wasn't there. However, it probably wasn't the most appropriate song for the occasion. You know what I'm saying? But either way, Lean Back was the song of choice. And yeah, we gonna talk about how that worked. And then we also gonna talk about Claressa Shields throwing shade at Remy and the whole terror squad. Okay. Then we got to talk about this kidnapping this little baby Jamal White. I saw that over the weekend. I was mortified. we gotta talk about it. And then yeah, we gonna talk about it. And Lizzo got on my nerves. Let's just start with her because she really got on my nerves. People like Lizzo are a problem. And yeah, they just are a problem. People like Lizzo are very dangerous. So Lizzo done lost some weight. Not skinny, but lost some weight. But in Lizzo's mind, Lizzo is thin. Or as she called it, thin presenting. Oh, I can't stand these people with these terms and making these words up and all of that, girl. Anyway, so she's thin presenting and she has a message for all of us. Well, I guess I wouldn't be in that because I'm not quote unquote thin presenting, I guess. I don't know. But it's just it's the way that they're doing very small little things to take away common sense and literally confuse everybody. And this is what we're going to talk about too when we get to talking about this delineation, because all of this is tied in. Okay, let's get into Lizzo. So Lizzo does a PSA. I guess she thinks that she's thin. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Lizzo looks good. She's always been a pretty girl. Face card has never been declined. Okay. But anyway, she said thin presenting people can't criticize people with bigger bodies. What you saying? Skinny people shouldn't talk about fat people? Because I guess it's bad to say that now. And we gonna call them thin presenting. And what's the other one? Bigger bodies. Let's get into it. I can't stand these people.
I said I wasn't gonna speak on this, but as someone who really cares about people and the way this world is going, I have to say something. If you are in a thin presenting body or in a body that people would consider small, it is not your place to criticize or shame people in bigger bodies. It's not your place to criticize how they choose to live in that body, how they choose to change that body. And it's not your place to criticize how they share that experience on the internet or with anyone, especially if you are in a bigger body and you are now in a smaller presenting body. It really feels inappropriate for you to speak on somebody whose body is changing, because you, of all people, should understand that bodies change. And I just want to be very clear. This video has nothing to do with me and my feelings of what anyone has said or done towards me. At this point in my life, I'm pretty impervious to what anyone can say about me on the internet, especially people who don't know me. So it's like, I know who I am, I know my heart, and I know how I take accountability and show up for myself in my life. And I'm good with that. This is for the people who don't have the relationship that I have with the internet and with backlash and with discourse, and they are getting their feelings hurt and they're getting piled on and they're feeling shamed. People forget that the body positive movement was about radical self-acceptance. And it wasn't just about people in bigger bodies. It was about people in disabled bodies, queer bodies, Black and brown bodies. When body positivity got commercialized and gentrified, it just became synonymous with the word fat. And because of that, anybody who was in a bigger body was called body positive.
I've had enough. I literally had enough. I don't know how long this goes on, but I've had enough. I'm done. Thin presenting, what does that even mean? And why is it a bad thing to say skinny and fat or big and small? Those are actual words in the dictionary that we have been using for ages. Now we've come to a point in society where everybody's so butthurt online, because they're not like this in real life, but everybody's so butthurt online. And now we coming up with terms like thin presenting and people in bigger bodies. And speaking of people in bigger bodies, how you gonna talk about body positivity when you went and lost weight? You lost weight, girl. You abandoned the bigger body people. You've literally walked away and twisted your flat ass away from the bigger body bitches. You don't get to speak no more. You have lost your turn. Your membership has been revoked. Now, just because you in between bodies don't mean, you see what I'm saying? It's just so annoying. And then when I hear all of the, what she said, it was about positivity for Black and brown and this and that. You hear all of that inclusion? Do you hear all of the inclusion? This is a problem. But it's small things like changing words, you know what I'm saying, such as thin presenting, stuff like that. And then people are going to start adopting this stuff, and we're going to get to a point where we already around here hollering about free speech. You no longer have free speech. If 2020 didn't teach you anything about free speech, I don't know what else can teach you. Because now you're being criticized on words that we've been using our entire lives. The clear people take our words that we use for positivity and turn them into some blue-haired, left-wing agenda. And then all these other crazy people take all the rest of our stuff and demonize it. Because Black American culture and Black Americans are being erased. I told you that, but again, it's not even about that with this particularly. The point I'm making is this sheep herder here, and I don't mean to call her a sheep herder because of her hair. I'm saying that's what I call all celebrities for people who are just tuning in. But this sheep herder here, she's on here with her flock, herding her sheep, telling them, oh yeah, thin presenting and body positivity. I couldn't be a big girl and you was over there on my team, then you done went around there and lost weight and came back and talk about body positivity and bigger presenting. Bitch, you gonna get your girl, Lizzo, get off of here. Get off of here, Lizzo. I am so annoyed with, I've never liked nothing about her. I thought it was cool that she played the flute, but then when she started twerking with it, I didn't like that no more neither. I've never liked anything about Lizzo. Lizzo is a billboard for the clownish left-wing agenda. She the one came in and told everybody fat to continue to be fat, and then she went around and lost weight. And as a girl who go in and out of fat, bitch, I feel played. You feel what I'm saying? You don't get to come on here and tell me nothing. You don't get to say nothing. Lizzo is annoying. I've never seen it for her. I just never seen it. I've just never seen it. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Never seen it. Never seen it. But y'all be careful with these words they got y'all around here policed with. Now, be careful. Be careful. I'm telling you. Tuli, it's your birthday? Who got a birthday? Somebody say Tuli birthday. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hold on one second. I want to show y'all something. You know what? Throughout this broadcast, I'm going to show you how Black American culture is being erased. I'll give you another example from another lemon-skinned person. You know, y'all love y'all people with lemon skin. And every time I keep telling y'all, not all lemon-skinned people, because there's some dark-skinned people too, because we just saw Lizzo. But it's something about them lemon-skinned ones that really don't sit right in my spirit, that really be backstabbing the culture, and I don't like it. And I blame y'all because y'all allow any and everybody into the culture. Let's get into Exhibit B, because Lizzo was Exhibit A. Let's get into Exhibit B. So Drake does this concert, right? Listen, it's all around you. I need you guys to open your eyes and open your ears. This stuff is all around you. Everywhere you look, they are trying to take your culture and take everything away from you. Listen, this is what's happening. So Drake is on stage. He's in London, and now he's talking about how London has the best raps and have the best rappers of all time. And America is no disrespect to America. And when he says America, he's not talking to clear America. He's not talking to Asian America. He's not talking to Hispanic America. You know what America he's talking to. But no disrespect, America. London is where it's at. You mean them tea and crumpet eating ass niggas? Oh, hell no. But hey, your faves, these are your sheep herders. Remember, these celebrities are here to herd their sheep and get them to think in whatever way the powers that be want them to think. So this is why Drake takes time to go viral and say some stupid stuff like this, because he's herding his sheep. He wants people, especially outside of Black America, to believe that everybody is just as good, if not better, at our own culture that we created with the help of nobody but us. Check them out.
Had it on me. This is my brother right here, a real fucking legend. When I talk about my love for London rappers, the best lyricists in the world, mark my words. Oh shit. I don't care what nobody says. Nobody can out-rap London. Nobody. No disrespect to America, no disrespect to our country, but nobody can out-rap London rappers. This is the best, highest level. This is what I aspire to be. And this guy right here.
Let me tell you why this is dangerous. Because most people may not see this as dangerous. Hold on. Let me tell you why this is dangerous. Because most people see it as, nah, he said it. We already know he capping woo-de-woo. And we could know that. But this is where it becomes a problem. And this is the problem with the history that we know today. What the future is going to do, like they've done with Angel Reese in WNBA basketball, how the media tore her down and made her to be the villain and Caitlin Clark to be the angel. Just what they're going to do is in the future, they're going to reference your quote unquote goats. Because remember, Black American culture said that he was the GOAT. So since we said he was the GOAT, typically what he says holds weight, right? So what the future is going to do is they're going to replay stuff like this, right? When they take, if we allow it, when they completely erase us, meaning we'll be here, but we'll just be walking around blinded. We won't know who we are. Well, you think we lost 9. Oh, just wait. Oh, just wait. You think we lost 9? Put a pin in being lost. But when we get to that point and they start to talk about the history of all this stuff that we've had that us, Black Americans, have created, they're going to reference stuff like this from people like him because we said that he was the GOAT. And they're going to say, nope, look, history has shown that London has always been leading the charge in rap. Remember they was around here saying they created drill music? Y'all recall that? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember when London was over here saying they created drill music. And I did a whole broadcast. I say, how? Y'all can't even carry blickies. How you gonna spin the bin with a knife? How, Sway? How? I asked. The theory, the common sense of it didn't even make sense. But what they're going to do is reference this and stuff like that and say that because they're slowly but surely, we saw it with Essence Festival. They are surely but slowly ripping and stripping your culture away from you. I need you to understand this. All of that inclusion, all of that, oh, we like him, all of that, he got a little pinch of black, all of that, we don't know if he black, but we guess he black. All this has been getting us in trouble since the beginning of time. A lot of our political leaders that they told y'all were for us, a lot of those were Drakes. Don't get me to getting started on W.E.B. Du Bois and the whole NAACP. Don't get me to started on them half-baked Negroes. All of them was lemon skinned. But if y'all continue to walk around with your blinders on and act like it's cool, or it's just one off here, one off there, this is how our wealth and our possession and our land was stripped from us over time, because it's little bitty things. And as long as they keep us distracted, the more we'll by the time we look up, I'm gonna show you, because I've said this before and y'all don't believe me. They've told us many, many stories in the past about slavery and all of this stuff. And I've always said, I've always had a very questionable theory about this whole slavery thing. But I thought about it. The way the powers that be work, they so cunning, right? They so fast forward. They think 1,000 years ahead, while we can't even think for the weekend. And I thought about it. I say, just what if our past wasn't the slavery? What if this could possibly be our future? Think about it. And the reason I'm saying that is because right now our children can't read. Right now they can't count. Hell, I done seen a TikTok with high school students that don't even know shapes, colors, and sizes. But slowly but surely, we black and brown in this thing up. We Pan-African in this thing up. They're taking every little thing bit by bit until we left with nothing, walking around lost and turned out like Olivia until we being shipped around, because how could we know where we belong if we literally don't have nothing and we have to depend on the government and everybody else for everything? Let that sink in. But neither here nor there. Continue allowing all of this craziness, with all of this inclusion stuff, all of these celebrities, all of these politicians, they're all in on it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Everybody is in on it except you. Even some of your people, yes, your faves, they're all in on it. You are the one that's not in on it. Their job is to distract you and keep you distracted while all of this craziness goes on. But shout out to Drake, right? But we love Drake, right? Now, this nigga made a whole career from American culture, Black American culture. He was in Canada getting raised with the orange juice people with clears, talking like a valley girl. Yeah, because, you know, like, I went down, like, for the first time, I went to Memphis, bro, and, like, the guys, everyone was, like, around, like, yo, bro, and I was just like, everybody's saying, bro, it's just so weird, bro, like, yeah, bro. That's how that nigga was talking. He came all the way to Black American culture, and just like Kendrick said, literally stole from every single aspect of our culture he could, became rich, and came back and told Black America to suck his from the bike. Y'all still ain't caught on, though. Y'all still ain't caught on, though. And y'all still ain't caught on. Whole time, it's a nigga in Memphis who was probably way colder than Drake that should have been on, that y'all should have been promoting. But y'all love a good racially ambiguous Negro, huh? All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Neither here nor there. Let's move on. Now, I want to move on to, speaking of, while we're here, let's get Karen Bass up here. So Karen Bass has found money for illegal immigrants. And I want to know what you guys feel about that. And let me tell you why this is important. This is important because, wait, before we do that, really quickly, if y'all haven't caught my last video that I did, my Educational Friday, we talked about the New Orleans Four. For most of you guys who don't know who these four young girls are, Ruby Bridges is one of those girls, but there were 4 young girls who integrated the education system in New Orleans. And it turns out, allegedly, Ruby Bridges was just a propaganda, but the other 3 was the ones really going through the teeth. If you were here for Educational Friday, you already know what it is. The channel, the video is on the channel. If you want to learn more about those, these 4 young women, these 4 young girls at the time, please go check it out. It's a really, really good video if y'all want to learn some stuff. Now, back to where I was. Thule, it's your birthday, and Aqua, somebody else's birthday. Thule, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to Thule. And I think it was Aqua's son. Who else that was who said it was their birthday? Let me give y'all a birthday commercial break really quickly, because I got to do something really quickly and find this info. But while I do this, like the video, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. We are trying to get the channel to 50,000 subscribers. I think that we deserve it. We here every day, Monday through Friday, Jocing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm here to get y'all to Joce through work or whatever the case may be. And that's all I do. And just to kind of help y'all pass through, you know, give y'all a little message, a little 1, 2, yin, yin. But with that being said, Thule, happy birthday. Any and everybody whose birthday I missed, happy birthday. Love y'all down to the ground. Where is my birthday song, girl? Where's my birthday song? Oh, here you go. Happy birthday, Thule. Love you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, Thule. Y'all know Thule, our people, bro. Happy birthday, Thule. And I forget who else it was. I'm sorry if I missed you. But anybody else, happy birthday. Aquarius moon, it was you. Sorry, baby. Happy birthday, beautiful. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Shout out to everybody in the building. Now let's get on this Karen Bass situation. Shout out to everybody in the building. Please get the likes up. And if you can, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for me really quickly. So speaking of Black Americans and the people who helped to erase us, if she's even Black American, Karen Bass announced that she has put aside money for illegal aliens. Now, mind you, we are all aware that the government, the federal government, that is, Trump, to be exact, has started this whole ICE raid. And basically what's happening is Trump is over there trying to basically get these illegal immigrants up out of here. And places like Chicago and obviously California or LA, they don't like this because remember, these are their voting demographic, okay? This is their voting demographic. They need these illegal immigrants. There's a reason why. Has anybody asked why these people so hell-bent on the immigrants? Now, we've had so much going on in Black America, and we have not heard one Black American leader open their mouth and say nothing. Not one. But every time we see something or hear him say something, it's something involving immigrants. Jasmine Crockett, the only time she rear her wig is when she over there talking about the doggone immigrants. Here come Karen Bass. Now she done found money for the immigrants. As if they don't have blighted communities all over the world, especially in California and LA to be exact. Or let's talk about all the Black Americans that were pushed out of their native land and replaced by Mexicans, because y'all was on here saying that the Mexicans were the original people. No, duck, duck, goose. No. Them ain't even the real Mexicans. Them the $5 Mexicans. If you really want to know, the real Mexicans look like me and you, if you want to call them Mexicans. But if you want to call them Mexicans and describe them by geographic location, the real Mexican look like me and you. Them $5 Mexicans y'all see roaming around America, them Spaniards, that ain't no Mexican. So don't let them tell you that, oh, the Hispanics homes, we were here first. No, you just got here, duck, duck, goose. Why you think they can dip in and out of $5 foot loan? You know what I mean, the $5 Indians. They can either be Hispanic, they can either be Mexican, or they could be a $5 Indian. Why you think that is? It's right in your face. Open your eyes. It's right in your face. Open your eyes. Why you think ICE was going down to these Native American tribes and getting these folks up out of here? Because they ain't nothing but some $5 Mexicans, okay? Now, let's get into Karen Bass saving the rest of the illegal immigrants. Please get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building.
We also are going to have a reinstitution of the Angelino card, something that Mayor Garcetti started during COVID that will actually provide cash assistance to people. Because, you know, you have people who don't want to leave their homes, who are not going to work, and they are in need of cash.
But prior to the fire, the city was in serious financial trouble, and we've now learned a nearly $1 billion budget deficit could result in as many as 1,600 city employees losing their jobs.
I want to be straight with you. My proposed budget, unfortunately, includes layoffs, which is a decision of absolute last resort.
In addition to the layoffs, Bass has proposed eliminating 1,074 vacant positions, combining city departments, delaying capital projects, and lowering funding in the mayor's office.
We also are going to have
a
reinstitution of.
So Karen Bass, what I want to know is, how is this not treason? Can somebody help me out with this? How is this not treason? This is a genuine question. And the reason I'm asking is, if I get it, every state in America is like a little country. That's why we all have flags. That's why we all have militaries, like the National Guard and all that stuff. But we still fall under the same federal umbrella. If the federal government is doing something, I get it. The states can say we're not going to do it. We're going to opt out. But how is her aiding these people, literally aiding them against the federal government, not treason? This is just a question. How is the city of LA, if that's the city, how does that city not get tried for treason if you're literally, it's almost like harboring a fugitive. Does that make sense? Like, make it make sense. If, For instance, if I were to hide Antoine Massey in my house, knowing that the government is looking for him or the city is looking for him, I can be charged with aiding and abetting, correct? I can get time in jail because I am not supposed to help hide these people that the police is looking for. So what I want to know is, how is it that these cities like Chicago, like LA, can literally help with taxpayer money? How can they do that and not be tried under the law of treason? This is just a guess. Because I guarantee if you were a Black American and you were running from the federal government, I guarantee you the state wouldn't give you money to hide you. Just asking. But on another note, again, here we go again. Karen Bass again, like all these other Black quote unquote mayors that y'all think really on your side. None. Listen, they can't be on your side and be the mayor. Let me say this again. None of these politicians that you see in office are on your side. This is how you know. And when I say politicians, I don't mean at the very low level. I mean like mayor and up. None of them are on your side. If they were on your side, they wouldn't be the mayor. This is all political. It's political behind the politics. None of them are on your side. So what the powers that be have learned is all we have to do is give them a black face and they won't think so bad of it. And it's been working flawlessly. This is why Karen Bass could come on here and say, F you Black Americans, we got money for the illegal immigrants. And then when it's time to rerun, we gonna forget because we saw the black face. The black face gonna make us forget everything Karen Bass did. This is happening in cities all across America, from New Orleans all the way down to all the way up to the top of the doggone map. None of them are for you. None. Listen, I need you to understand. None of them are for you. None of them. If they were, they wouldn't be the mayor. And if they were, you could be able to see it. You would be able to see it. Okay? If they really were, you really would be able to see it. But I find it odd that here she goes giving money to the illegals. And I guarantee you, if she's able to run for the next 4 years, or however many the term is, the black people in that county is going to vote her back in because we get blinded by blackness. That word, that term, that ideology was the worst thing that ever happened to us as a people. We get blinded by blackness. It's like all of a sudden our eyes close. When we see black, they could literally do anything to us and our eyes just shut because they're black. And we're guilted into being so. So I'm just saying, it makes sense in the world to me, but child, let's move on. Y'all have to keep your head on a swivel. All this stuff is right in your face. You just have to pay attention and ground. Please, you guys, get out there and do your grounding. Please, please, please. All right, now I want to talk about this kid Jamal. What's his last name? White. Did y'all hear about the little kid who was unfortunately kidnapped? Oh my God, the scream I heard from this baby. I'm gonna hurry and get this out the way. But the scream I heard from this baby, I don't even want to rehear it. But this kid was kidnapped or whatever. And after he was kidnapped, I guess they found him. But I'm wondering, like, is this some stuff with like some street stuff? Like kidnapping kids and stuff? I wasn't sure, but we're gonna get into it together. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got 953 people in the building. If you guys can, please like the video. So this is the kid Jamal White. Missing 7-year-old kid Jamal White, who was reportedly critically missing Friday night, has been found by authorities and has been safely returned to his family. Now let's get into it. It says, neighbors, God is so good. According to the Wisconsin Alert Network, 7-year-old Jamal White had been found safe. Jamal was reportedly snatched at gunpoint Friday evening while his dad stepped away. According to Jamal's aunt, Simone White, his father was nearby when he was abducted as they were coming from a park close by. According to Milwaukee Police Department, Jamal White was last seen Friday on 61st and Hustis Street after being taken at gunpoint in a white Jeep Renegade. According to police, the kidnapper was wearing a black face mask, a black hoodie, and a handgun. Simone White told 12 News, 4 masked men with guns abducted Jamal. My brother was able to pull the driveway, and then they jumped out right here. I'm talking about one person pointing a gun at the window, the other person targeting my nephew. Simone White also made claim she believed her brother wasn't the target. I feel like y'all had enough opportunity to do something to my brother, but he wasn't the target. It doesn't seem like that. My brother wasn't the target. No details as to who the suspects are or what the motives was, but stay tuned for updates. Have y'all noticed? I've seen a plethora of videos of kids being snatched on online. Have y'all seen that? Is it just me? That's been a thing now. It's unfortunate because I was just talking about it. I said at one time it was like a thing, right? To kidnap kids, like in the 60s and the 70s. Y'all remember that? And then it kind of subsided. And now it's like I asked about it. Maybe I shouldn't have, but now it seems like children getting kidnapped and snatched up everywhere they go. Let's get into this story. It says, okay, so this is the son being found. First of all, thank God this baby was found. First and foremost, let's start there. Now, I don't know if I want to play the scream, y'all. I don't want to play the scream. It's too gut-wrenching. I'm as a human and a mother. Yeah, I can't play the scream. If you want to hear it, it's on Instagram. But this is the video of the young boy getting kidnapped. I'm gonna say this. That's not random. Maybe it is. I'm wrong. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I don't know. Yeah. Carmen, no, you're not bugging. It is little black boys. Absolutely. It's definitely little black boys. Yep, because I seen another video of another little black boy getting snatched up. I don't know, y'all. Y'all just let me say this because y'all have babies. I don't have little babies. My baby is 22 years old and 6 feet tall. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hard to snatch her up from somewhere, knock on wood. You feel what I'm saying? However, what I'm telling y'all with them little bitty babies, watch y'all churn. Do you hear me? Watch your kids. Is something going on? The kidnapping was down as long as all these illegal immigrants was coming in, and allegedly it was a lot of child trafficking. Allegedly. I didn't say it. This is what they said. But now it seems like since ICE been cracking down, they might be getting desperate. Watch your churn. Please watch your churn. You know what I'm saying? So they found him. I'm so happy they found the little boy, but he'll never be the same. Could you imagine? That baby will never be the same. Never. That baby will literally never be the same. Golly, watch your kids, man. Y'all start putting them children behind the fence. Make them go, put the fence up. Tell them play in the backyard. Nah, put them in the baby shit. That ain't even safe. Girl, look. Girl, I don't even know. Just watch y'all kids, y'all. Just watch them. Watch them, girl. Get them some mace or something. Now, they might start to macing each other playing and all that. Never mind. Disregard. I was about to say get them some mace. Disregard. The way these churn is, girl, please. They be to learn how to blow something up. Never mind. Just tell them, just watch them. Just sit by the window and watch them. Girl, wait. I got an honorable mention I wanted to show y'all. This was so funny. Did y'all see this dude who saw he saw a mountain lion in New York? And he described what he saw. Bruh, this is funny AF. Look at the dude. Now, this dude saw a mountain lion in New York. And he wanted to say what he had to say with what he saw. Let's get into it.
I heard the roar. I felt that roar. I knew to keep it pushing. I knew that.
Curtis Jones says he was walking near Robber Street late Wednesday when he saw people running from what appeared to be a large wild cat.
After I see the people run, I just see something big just walking, just right over here, right by the boy. It went right over here. I swear, I promise you, it went right over there. And it said, "Rawr!" And I just kept walking. I seen me, see it. So in my head, I'm like, nah, I gotta go, man. I'm out.
Rochester police say officers became aware of a video on social media that appears to show a wildcat, which some people claim is a mountain lion. RPD says it received numerous calls of reported sightings, including one near North Clinton Avenue and Robert Street just after midnight.
About like this big. Word. It was just walking, slithering. Like it was, I don't know, man.
A shelter in place was ordered and then lifted when RPD was unable to verify the presence of a wild animal. Police say no reports have been substantiated. Jones tells me he remains on edge.
Gotta keep this bat right here, man. I'm gonna keep this bat right here, man, just in case. I'm gonna protect this. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to us, nothing, okay? They ain't find it last night. It's still out here. It could be out here in one of these bushes or something. You know, them mountain lions, they be they be crawling, and, you know, they serious.
The Monroe County Sheriff's Office assisted the investigation by using an aerial drone. The Seneca Park Zoo told 13 Wham all of its animals are accounted for.
I don't play with lions. I don't play with tigers, bears, nothing with the wild. I don't play with those. I promise you. I don't even do roller coasters. I'm good. I heard the rap.
What the hell roller coasters got to do with it? That nigga said, I don't play with lions. I don't play with bears. I don't play with tigers. Hell, I don't even do roller coasters. What? That was so random. First, what? Wait, back up. Nigga, what? This is why I love seeing us on the news. I know sometimes we get embarrassed, but I don't care because it's only embarrassing when we do it. But let a clear person come on here, everybody be laughing and clapping it up. I love seeing my people get on the news authentically themselves and tell us what the hell they saw. And I believe that, brother. If he said they had a mountain lion out there, they definitely had a mountain lion out there. And I said what I said. Because let me tell y'all something. And I don't listen to the zoo. Oh, all our lions accounted for. Like y'all got the only lions. Like the zoo, the only lions in New York. You don't think it's a lion in the middle of the upstate New York waiting right now saying, New York? That you don't think it's a lion right now past that green lady with the thing in her hand, growling like Mufasa, bitch? Girl, zoo people, please go lay down. Y'all don't have the only lions in New York, baby. Y'all don't have only lions, girl. They got more lions. Oh, we got all ours. Shut up. Ain't nobody even asked y'all. Shut up. Girl. We counted all our lines. All ours good. I don't know. That might not be true. Girl, bye. So because y'all got all your lines, ain't no more lions nowhere in New York. Girl. You see, that's what I be saying, girl. These people be playing in our face. So the zoo got all their lions. So that mean they ain't got no more lions. Girl. Oh, look, I can see him calling those. Hey, zoo, y'all got all y'all lions? Hold on, let me see. Brad, count the lions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we got all ours. So then, can't be no lion. We got all ours. We just counted ours. Yeah, we got all. Thank you, appreciate it. Man, get your ass up out of here. It can't be a lion because we got all ours, girl. New York, y'all get some. New York, y'all been quiet. Y'all been real quiet, New York. But every time y'all come back and do something crazy, you know, the last time we were celebrating y'all with the garbage cans. You remember that? Remember when the mayor was happy they had garbage cans, y'all? Let me see if I can pull that up. Shout out to New York. Since we here, we right. What's the mayor name? What's that boy name? Little thumbhead boy with the bald head. That's the mayor. New York. Let me just put in New York trash cans. Remember that? They always make y'all be coming to New Florida. What's going on, New York? Y'all all right? Girl, New York be coming to New Florida, girl. Here you go. Look. Shout out to New York. Shout out to all my people in New York, but y'all know I'm about to mess with y'all, right? Eric Adams, there you go. Look, y'all remember when they was happy when they got their trash cans? I would never live in New York, I swear to God. And there's nothing, there's nothing in the world. I don't give a damn. Girl, if they say live in New York. Y'all remember they was happy when they got their trash cans? Girl, look at the mail. Look at the mail. Concrete jungle. Look at. Throw it in there one more time, E. Put it in the trash one more time, E. That's what I'm talking talking about, man. Shout out to New York, bro. Y'all really be outside. You know what I'm saying? E put that trash in like a big dog, dude. You can't even hate. Look, watch how he drop that bit. Watch the flick of the wrist when he drop it, dude. Bleep. Ah! To New York, New York, New York. Shout out to New York. Y'all got lions and trash cans. Ain't that grand? Lions and trash cans. Won't he do it? Let's move on. Lions and trash cans. Mountain lions and trash cans. Look at God. He don't come when you want him. You know the rest. But he always on time. See? There you go. Now let's move on. Let's get into girl. Girl, let's get into let's do Lil Meech. So girl, Lil Meech. Now this is what I'm hearing about Lil Meech. And this is just what I'm hearing. I didn't say it. This is what they said. Let me retweet this because I'm going to always come back to this. Listen, being from the South, can I just say this one more time and then we're going to move on? But being from the South, where things like trash cans are like water, I ain't going to hold you. When I seen how happy Eric Adams was when he wheeled out this trash can, I ain't going to lie. It kind of did something a little bit to me. A little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, because he was just so excited. You know what I'm saying? And I love to see my people excited, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just make me scratch my head. So, you know, shout out to the mayor in New York with the trash cans. Now move around. Let's move around. Now, girl, so Meech, Musty Meech. Let's get into Musty Meech. So Little Meech, let me say this, y'all, with Meech. Because this is the part y'all don't want to hear. When 50 came out and said what he said about Meech, don't get me wrong. Did I think 50 was hating? Absolutely. Duh. But did I think 50 was telling the truth? Absolutely. And the one thing I knew 50 was telling the truth about was when he said he had to put Meech in a drug rehabilitation program. Now, why is this important? So 50 Cent, being the person that he is, having what he has, saying something like that could literally be detrimental. He don't want to get sued. So him saying something like that had to have some validity. And he said it with his whole chest. Like basically, Lil Meech is a pillhead, allegedly. I didn't say it. This is what 50 Cent said. 50 said that Lil Meech is a pillhead. All he want to do is get high. And do nothing. He said all his money go on drugs, allegedly, and $300 jeans or something like that. I don't know. You know, Meech wasn't raised with his father, which was probably a good thing, but was it? Because he's still jacked up. It seems like Meech got into this space with this highly weird stuff, and I don't know if he was doing drugs prior to, but if it is true that he was doing drugs, then it seems like getting this money and this fame exacerbated that. And now he allegedly, according to 50, real strung out. It's been videos, it's been stuff that then came out talking about Meech's habit with the drugs and everything else. And most people want to forget it because they want to watch BMF. Speaking of, I forgot BMF came back on, but then I forgot 50 said he wasn't going to promote it. Yeah, 50 said he wasn't going to promote it. So I didn't, you know what I'm saying? That's probably why I didn't watch the season. But listen, I'm going to catch up. I like to binge watch anyway. But the drug problem that 50 Cent mentioned, I started to pay attention to Meek and just like, you know, watch how he moved and just pay attention to the things that 50 said. And I started to see some of the stuff he was saying was true, like as far as his priorities, how he don't be having no money, how he moving. And I was like, I ain't going to hold you. He is moving like somebody who have a habit. He really does. Well, just so happened recently, Lil Meech was pulled over. Yes, girl. He was pulled over by the cops in Florida and they had blickies. Now, in anybody from the South, especially the deep South, we all know what, no shade. Can I just say this part? And this is no shade. Y'all know how I feel about the South. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. In my opinion, the South is really Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Mississippi, Tennessee. We might let you slide Arkansas. We'll throw y'all in there. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. And from From the bottom of the map, that's how I look at the South. Everything else is Southern politically, but like Virginia, shout out to Virginia. I just don't, I don't know. Shout out. I don't know. But it's to me, when I go up there, it just don't feel like I'm in the South. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. Sorry. But anyway, where was I going with this? Anybody who's from the South, the deep South, know that the Clears love gun and having blickies. They love them so much that they don't mind letting us have them. See, the Clears in Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, they love their blickies. Oh, girl, if they could sleep with them, they would. Do you hear me? And I mean literal sleep with them. And they allow us to have them. So we don't have to be running around, with the strict gun laws like everybody, like California and New York and all these places. Girl, you can put your blicky on your hip and let your backbone slip and walk out the door in Georgia. Okay? It's like that in most of these states. So when Lil Meech gets pulled over by the cops with blickies, he automatically panics because he's from one of those states that don't like, you know what I'm saying, that don't really care for the blickies, but the Clears love blickies down here. They ain't tripping off of that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, now Meech gets pulled over and he has a friend in his car. Now, I'm assuming that this friend was somebody that they had already discussed prior to, if something happened, you take the charge and I got you. The only reason I said that is because when I heard the guy talk to him from jail, it seemed like it was something that they discussed, okay? But Meech gets pulled over. Meech gets pulled over by the cops. And when he gets pulled over by the cops, Meech decides, well, while he's getting pulled over, before he got pulled over, he decided to take the blickies off of him, which wasn't a problem because he's in Florida. Everybody got a blicky. But the problem came in was he had drugs. Now, go back to what 50 said, that he has a problem. Ain't nothing wrong with having a gun in Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama. Them people don't care about none of that. What they care about is having it with drugs, okay? So you can have a gun. You just can't have it with drugs. You can have a gun. You can't have it with no liquor. You get it? The whole point is to not be under the influence while in possession of a blicky, because lives can be lost, okay? That's the whole reason why they made a law. Well, that and money, but a whole reason why they made the law that you have to have one or the other. You can't have both. So when Meech gets pulled over, Meech throws all the stuff on his partner, but his partner sleep. The partner wakes up to the police, lights blaring and all that stuff. They separate him. Meech gets in the other car. The police finds the blickies. They get to Meech and say, hey, bro, we found the blickies. And Meech start panicking. But the police straight up tells Meech, he was like, Meech, but listen, the blickies, not that big of a deal. Florida, cool. Meech volunteers that the other friend or the drugs were there, and that is where the friend is now doing fed time. And let me tell you something. This ain't Meech's first time allegedly snitching. From what I've heard through other sources, that Meech has been a snitch ass nigga. Been. Okay? So I'm gonna play you this clip of Meech being stopped and snitching. Now, this is the worst part about this. And let this be a lesson to the so-called street people. Please let this be a lesson to you. And I hear it all the time. Ain't no honor amongst thieves. All that, I'm going to ride for my homie. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That shit don't exist no more. See, back in the day, people like Master P, or let me backtrack. People like Baby, back in the day in the 90s, when there was some sort of maybe code or ethic, you could take a charge for a celebrity and they literally would take care of you from rooter to tutor. They would pay for your attorneys. They would pay for whatever. And if you get convicted, they would Joce you the whole time, okay? They would Joce you your whole trip. I don't care if you get 30 years. Whoever it is would Joce you, because it's kind of like gratitude for you keeping me free. But in today's society, where these kids have no moral code, no ethic, no nothing, they'll say that, but they ain't really living like that. So Meech doing what he did, telling his friend to take the charge, knowing that, number one, even if he has money, he has a drug problem. He don't keep money. People who are suffering from drug habits don't keep money. So even if he's making $1 million, first and foremost, nigga, you got a habit. And this is to the dude who allowed Meech to play on his top like that. I'm not listening to no nigga with no habit tell me that he got me. You can't have me. You don't even have you. That addiction literally takes over any and everything that you do. You and everybody around you. You can't have me. But clout is a hell of a drug. And I'm not saying that the man was looking for clout, but you feel what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, drugs and gambling, period, drugs and gambling for sure. Because my brother suffered from gambling and that nigga acted like he was on crack. No cap. Anybody who ever dealt with somebody who dealt with a gambling addiction real bad, it's worse than being around a crackhead. Fact. And you can debate your mom. But anyway, let's get into Meech getting pulled over. Now, mind you, they probably were just going to, see the guns, probably going to run the arm tags and run them to make sure they ain't got no warrants. You feel what I'm saying? But they said Meech had a warrant. So he was going anyway, from what I'm hearing. But they probably were just going to run them, make sure they cool, let them go off with their blickies. But Meech turns around and volunteers the fact that not that he put it there, but there's guns and drugs in the car. Y'all, check it out. Get the lights up.
Good, man.
Hey, so you charge about the guns, stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. What y'all found about them? Y'all found
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal.
It's not legal what?
To have a firearm.
I'm talking about the other stuff.
Huh?
The other stuff.
Talking about the other guy?
The other stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
So before I repeat this is what's happening. The cop comes back to the car. And he was like, you found the stuff on him? Mind you, he put the stuff on his friend. His friend was knocked out asleep in the passenger seat and woke up to being put in handcuffs. So Meech asked the cop, hey, did you find the stuff on him? And the cop was like, yeah, it's just guns. It's not illegal. And Meech was like, oh, and he was like, yeah, it's not illegal. It's just guns. Meech said, but no, did you find the other stuff? Now putting it with drugs makes it hella illegal and all y'all going to jail. But Meech, this is the worst part. He didn't even have to put the blickies on his partner, right? Unless he's a felon or something like that. And I don't know what the gun laws in Florida. Somebody in the crowd could probably educate me because I don't live in Florida. But he really didn't even have to put the blickies on him unless he's a felon or something like that. He did that. If you ask me, it sounds like he did it on purpose. Sounds like he had a crash test dummy and he was like, you know what? I ain't going to jail and I don't care about this nigga. Here you go. With no intentions on actually helping him. I'm going to let it play one more time. Listen to Meech ask the man, did he find the other stuff? Now the police have to go back to the car and see the other stuff.
Good, man.
Hey, so you charge about the guns, stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. What y'all found about them? Y'all found
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal.
It's not illegal what?
To have a firearm.
I'm talking about the other stuff.
Huh?
The other stuff.
Talking about the other guy?
The other stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Bro, let me tell y'all something. People say, well, Lil Meech ain't no street nigga. Who cares? It ain't got nothing to do with being a street nigga. It's common sense. If them folks done pulled you over and you know you got guns and drugs, why would you ask them about anything? It's just common sense. You don't have to be from the hood. You ain't got to be from the street. You ain't got to be them been in no gang. All you got to do is have common sense. You driving in the car and you dirty. You riding dirty. How they used to say back in the 2000s. And you literally ask and volunteer information on illegal substances. Bro, you can't tell me, hey, bro, I know in real life, Meech would have came up missing. In real life, I can't speak. In New Orleans, Meech would have came up missing. In New Orleans, Meech would have had to either go missing because the city too small, or he would have came up missing. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. And in New Orleans, when you come up missing, you really don't go missing. You just come up stinking if you get it. Ain't no way. Now, this is the worst part about it. Let me make you laugh. The boy ends up calling Meech and telling Meech, yo, and wait, I have a longer, hold on. Let me play the longer video. But the boy ends up calling Meech and telling Meech, hey, bro, I done used all my little money, all my little coin or whatever fighting this case, bro, and I ain't got no money right now. You said you was gonna hold me down. Meech don't have no money because it wasn't even about the show. Even if he was getting $1 million per episode, Meech allegedly has an issue. He has a drug problem. That takes precedence over everything when you're dealing with an addict. But before we get into that, I saw some more a longer footage. Let me show y'all the longer footage of Meech.
Good, man.
Hey, so the charge about the gun and stuff. What y'all found out? Y'all found it.
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal.
It's not legal what?
To have a firearm.
I'm talking about the other stuff.
Huh?
Other stuff.
Talking about the other guy?
The other stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
There's some time, bro. I got you. I ain't like what I just heard.
So now this is the conversation you're about to hear, and I'm gonna show you the picture of the guy. So the conversation you about to hear is between Meech and the dude, the homeboy, who he put the drugs on, right? And the blickies. Now the blickies are illegal because he got drugs, but before the blickies weren't illegal. So now he probably had to fight a drug charge and a gun charge. I mean, yeah, a drug charge and a gun charge, and then probably if he had anything else on his jacket. Look.
There's some time, bro. I got you. I ain't like what I just heard. Bro just told me, so I'm trying to make, speed up the process.
Yeah, that shit just, nigga ain't got no trouble but to fight the situation. It's just the situation I put my family through.
That's not right, though.
I'm thinking that was gonna be handled already, so I really took a chance on using the money I had saved up for my family.
Yeah. I apologize for that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. They really going through shit, bro.
Nah, I feel that. What y'all gonna do if y'all ain't gonna do the show tonight? What y'all gonna do?
Yeah, man. Oscar, the plays you trying to put together. Rich Paul.
So that was Meech telling this young man, I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't have it. Now, this dude done spent all his savings. He said, according to him, his family savings, because you want to be down with Meech. Clout is a hell of a drug. Do you understand me? Then he wrote a soliloquy. Let's get into what he wrote. He says, reason I got to do Fed time. See I hate fake ass ninjas at Lil Meech and my crazy life supposed to be real, but do host. It says, see Mimi, I hate your pops bred a lame like you. See, the third video is when they though was gonna run, but I was cursing this bitch a nigga. Why did I say it like that? Out for throwing all his on me while I was asleep in the whip. By the time I checked, the 12 was walking up to the car. You can look at my face. I was hot. I done lit up a broke cigarette, shake my head. 2 videos, he admitting he was sorry and he was going to pay me back, including being disloyal to 50 at the same time, etc. 5 videos, why you asking 12 did they get the guns and the other stuff off me? That ain't a form of telling. See, the only reason I came around to the little drug head ass little boy, oh, now he's saying it, because thinking this nigga, my crazy life, my homie, been known for 20 years, but come to find out he disloyal himself. How you with the same nigga that put me in a effed up position? I spent hella money on lawyers and 3 different bonds because this PA nigga, but you so busy pulling then teaching this nigga how to keep his face clean and being loyal to a nigga that was making sure he was straight and safe while he was so far gone off drugs and pills. I lost my business money and I'm about to lose years out of my life because this nigga Mimi. I'm so mad that so-called homie Crazy Life because he know what the nigga did and you my homie, but you rather hold a nigga you know what to be in the limelight. But these the same you know what niggas that say death before dishonor. That's just words like I love you. And if you want to see the brother, this is him. you said you spent your family's savings, young brother, you don't have nobody to blame but you. You literally don't have nobody to blame but you, because there should never be a situation where you got to take out your family's mouth because of the dumb decisions you want to make to hang around with a nigga on drugs. Regardless of if Meech is on this show, the nigga is still an addict, and you knew it. And you knew everywhere y'all traveled, the nigga be having the blickies and the guns. And the drugs. And you knew that if y'all get pulled over, even if you never discussed it, you knew that he was probably going to give you the charge. You knew that. And you knew in a situation like that, you didn't mind taking the charge, because in your mind, you looking at a celebrity, but you're not looking at a celebrity. That is an addict, sir. But when the clout is bigger and larger than anything, you can't see past it. You can't trust nothing an addict says. Your words, not mine. You said drug head ass la boy. You said it, not me. So if you have a wife or baby mama and kids or mother who you've taken out of their pocket for, you can't really blame them. You can't really blame Meech. You got to look in the mirror. But this the duck ass shit a lot of these niggas do anyway. I told y'all, a lot of these dudes out here be followers. They really be followers, because there's nobody you can put me in the car with that I'm taking a charge for. I don't give a damn, not even my child. There's literally nobody you can put me in the car with that I'm taking a charge for. You're not doing it. I don't give a damn how much money they got, because even if they have $1 trillion, they can decide tomorrow to stop paying me. Then what? But that's the problem. He saw a celebrity and he didn't see the addict that he really was standing next to. And Meech is literally on here saying, tough titty said the kitty, but the milk was dry. Now you sitting over there in prison, eating zuzus and wham whams, and you're low on that because you can't get no commissary. And your old lady probably smashing on your friend. Duck, duck, goose. You can't make this up. Yeah, you got to blame yourself, fat. And if you're a real nigga, you'll do something to Meech. But I don't know. I just know where I'm from. Them niggas would have. You feel me? Where I'm from, yeah, nigga wouldn't have been there. Meech wouldn't. It wouldn't have been no recorded phone call. Where I'm from. I'm just saying. You on the phone reasoning with the nigga, and he on here telling you, yeah, bro, I apologize, bro. You on the phone reasoning with the nigga behind bars. You a new age fool. Get your duck ass off here. I hope they gave you 50 years, you dumbass nigga. I hope they gave you 50 years, you big dummy. I hope they gave that nigga 50 years. Prison is where he belongs, because he's so stupid. So dumb. You know what I'm saying? And now people talking about his daddy too. Let me say this about Big Meech. I don't trust him because he ain't got no neck, first of all. But secondly, it's bigger than Meech not having a neck. I know most of y'all might feel like it's, whoop the whoop, but it's bigger than Meech not having a neck. Y'all got to understand what's really at stake here. Big Meech has been able to characterize himself as a, wait, I got a picture. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I found him. Look at him in his paw. And then he got the nerve to be posing. Hold on, let me show you. Then he got the nerve to be posing with the don't snitch fingers. Look. I done told y'all be letting people play in y'all face. Now, let me say this about the paw with his crip walking looking ass. Nigga like he could do a mean crip walk. Meech, you done had your character put on a pedestal all this time, all for you to come home and do some disloyal stuff to 50. And even though people don't agree with how 50 may have reacted, we still looking at you sideways. Now, the fact that you bred even worse a snitch than you, bruh, I think it's time for y'all to just go and hide. Gone are the days where people are sitting up here looking up the Big Meech. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty positive when I sit down to watch BMF, it ain't even gonna hit the same no more. Because I'm gonna feel like 80% of this is cap. I'm definitely gonna feel like 80% of this is cap. Yeah. I mean, people looking at Big Meech and saying that, like father, like son. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But goddamn, it's an L for both of y'all. Double L's. Call them L ye. Had them niggas speaking Spanish. L ye. Hoyo scoyo. Ugly ass niggas. Moving on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Bronze Beauty, thank you for the thank you for being a member for 12 months. Says, you're right. Boo, I've started watching the Mexican Ricardo on YouTube, fighting for rules to change on the dark-skinned Mexicans they push down. Let me say this too. Shout out to all my black people in this diaspora. People might think that I have an issue with the diaspora, but I swear to God, I don't. Shout out to everybody with the diaspora. I have a problem with the ones that come over here trying to mess with FBA people, indigenous Black Americans. That's the ones I don't like. But anyway, and I don't like all the ones that come over here. I just don't like the ones who come over here with that craziness. But neither here nor there. This is a very good point. I've been talking about this, and I even was thinking about doing this too. But there needs to be a movement where the Black people from all different parts of the world come out of hiding, because we are of the belief that these imposters, these $5 representative that we've been seeing, we have been under the belief that these are the real people. For instance, if you were a Hebrew Israelite, or if you know anything about the Hebrew Israelites, they have this thing called the 12 tribes chart, right? Now, according to this chart, there's 12 tribes of Judah, and these are all children of Israel, or the most highest children. And they, in this chart, they say Puerto Rico, Mexico, all them Hispanic-speaking countries in America are part of that 12 tribes. But when you see these people, most of them either look like $5 whatevers, or they either look clear. And the reason for that is because those are not the real people. Those are representatives. I even seen a clear one on there running the Hebrew Israelites when they say he was a cuck or something like that, or something, because those are not the real people. Hello? They are $5 Mexicans, $5 Puerto Ricans, $5 Hispanics, $5 Hawaiians. All of those people are not the real people. So I personally think that Black people from all these places need to start crawling out of the woodwork. Like, no cap. Black people from all of these places, y'all need to start making y'all face and name recognized. Because I'm going to tell you now, from us in America, most people don't even know y'all exist. Because these representatives all over the world have been going around saying that they're you. These imposters all around the world has been saying that they are you. So in my opinion, I think that all Blacks all over the diaspora, I don't give a damn if you live in a little bitty hut in a small village in Thailand, get you a phone, come on out on TikTok, and y'all need to start making y'all presence known. Because it's confusing my people now. Now we got a 12 tribe chart with blonde hair, blue-eyed people in it. Make it make sense. And I don't even follow the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, but that bothers me because we got these representative and imposters there acting as if they are the real people. The real people are there. You just got to go find them. They've hidden them. They've ducked them off to the side. They've hidden them on purpose. You got to go find them. They out there though. They out there, I promise you. But I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you for bringing that up, Bronze Beauty. Get the likes up on the video. Sharjay, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. Miss Florida, thank you for being a member for 3 months. Says, hey, boo, thank you for helping me get through my day. Going through a lot, so the laughter is very much needed. Rest in peace to my nephew. OMG, I'm so sorry to hear that. Rest in peace to your nephew. My condolences go out to you and your family, and my prayers and thoughts are with you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm glad I can help get you through the day. Jamaria, is that how you say your name? I'm so sorry if I mispronounced it. She says, girl, you know them Italian mobs be keeping them as pets. Maybe it's one of theirs. Oh, talking about the mountain lions? It might be. It might be one of theirs up in New York. Girl, you never know. The Patrice Project, thank you so much for the super chat, says, Lizzo and Drake, shut up. I'm thin, not holding my tongue for anyone. I match energy and respect. Did you see the crazy man that grabbed the BB and threw him at his parents? Oh, the black boy. I'm loving your hair, boo. Thank you so much. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's become like I've seen so many black boys being attempted kidnapped. What is going on? It's ridiculous. It's really, really ridiculous. But yeah, I don't blame me. I ain't holding my tongue no either. Sometimes I'm fat. I ain't never been skinny. But sometimes I'm smaller. Let's just say that. Bougie Thug, thank you for the super chat. Boo, you saw Oprah, Gayle, and Kris Jenner was together? Yes. I saw them three witches. Yeah, I saw them hoes. I saw them hoes looking like they ready to spark up some new sorcery somewhere else. Matter of fact, let me go get them hoes. Yeah, I seen them looking a hot ass mess. But people love it. Oh, this is so iconic. Kris Jenner, Oprah, and Gayle. This is so iconic. Girl, ain't nothing iconic about that ugly ass shit. You don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Because them three hoes decided to get together and do magic on the whole world and take a picture while they do it. Girl, nobody care about that ugly ass shit. Where that shit at? I seen it on the neighborhood talk somewhere. Yeah, I saw them hoes looking a mess. And y'all know I get triggered when I see Gayle. Y'all know every time I see Gayle, I get triggered. Because you know Gayle was supposed to get lost in space, but somehow she made it back. So I get real triggered when I see Gayle. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gotta watch how I view Gayle, because I get very, very triggered when I see her. Literally. Like something about her. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't supposed to make it back from space, but somehow she made it. I don't know how she did it. But she made it. But yeah, that's them three hoes sitting together. I mean, No, I didn't talk about Solange and her shrine, but I did see it. You're not supposed to show people your shrine. So I don't know if that was leaked or not, but you're not supposed to show people your shrine, baby. Y'all get the likes up on the video, because we about to get into I think I got two more. Just Lou. Is that how you say your name? Thank you so much for the super chat. Says just showing love. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Truth Be Told channel. Thank you for the super chat. Says Miss Vu doing a live tonight. If you're not too busy, can you tune in, please, and thank you. Yes, I'm gonna do baddies tonight. I gotta watch it. I'm gonna do baddies tonight. We're gonna go live in Joe's baddies real quick. Y'all get the likes up on the video. All right, let's get into Claressa Shields. So, all right, let's get into it. So, Claressa Shields, what the hell? What did I just do? Girl, I'm pressing stuff. I ain't got no business. So, not Oprah and Gayle. Claressa Shields, I guess they were at a fight. And first of all, let me say this, because I know y'all be giving Claressa some stuff. And let me say this. I feel like people really be mad at Claressa Shields because, can I be honest? I feel like people really mad at Claressa Shields because people don't think she belongs in the space. You got to keep in mind, Claressa Shields represents this is no shade. How do I say this? I'm trying to choose my words. I'm going to say it. Fuck it. Claressa Shields represents the dirty girl. And I don't mean to call her dirty, because I'm not calling Claressa Shields dirty. But let's call a thing a thing. It's the same thing with Summer on Baddies. Claressa Shields is the girl that wasn't supposed to make it. She was supposed to stay in that hood on that Section 8. She was supposed to be just like her mammy, whoever her mammy is or could be. She was supposed to be repeating the cycle, having churn, never making it out. You feel what I'm saying? It just so happened Claressa had a skill that pulled her out, and y'all can't take that from her. And I believe that's why y'all really be mad at Claressa Shields. And she not dirty. I'm not saying she dirty. She just was challenged a bit when we first saw her. You see what I'm saying? And when I say dirty, I don't mean physically dirty. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what, you know what I mean? I'm going to show y'all an example. Hold on. I'm about to show y'all an example. When I say dirty, y'all, if you Black American, you know exactly what I mean. It don't mean that the person is dirty. It just means they could look dirty. Hold on, I'm about to show you right now. If you're a Black American, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. A dude. Wait, before I show y'all that one. Hold on. Let me show you. out because I need y'all to see the visual of what I'm saying. And this is no shade. Because like I like Claressa. I do like Claressa. I adore her. I think that she dope, and I think she don't get a fair shake because she a black girl from the hood that y'all claim y'all love, but y'all really don't love them. Yeah, I said it. I adore Claressa, but Claressa sometimes she, you know, sometimes. Let me see. Oh, and I watched her movie, y'all. Did I tell y'all I watched Claressa Shields' movie? It was really good. It was really, really good. If y'all haven't watched Claressa Shields' movie, go do it. It's really good. It's on Prime Video, I think. Yeah, it's on Prime Video. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So when I say Claressa Shields represents the dirty girl, I'm not saying that in a negative way. Meaning she represents the girl who was probably forgotten. Does that make sense? Like the kids who parents just doing whatever they want to do, and you know the kids kind of get it how they live. Those kids are not supposed to make it, let alone make it in certain spaces. That's why people, in my opinion, I think that's why a lot of people don't like Summer. Summer is that dirty girl that you like, what is she doing here? You know what I mean? People look at Claressa Shields like that, and I don't think that it's right. Because first of all, her talent is why she's here. Her talent is what solidifies her. Like she said, she don't need no money. A lot of people give her slack about dating papoose. At the end of the day, most Americans date while they're in the process of divorce. So I don't want to hear that. Most Americans date while in the process of divorce. Most Americans do that. Everybody giving her a lot of crap about that. Y'all is wrong because at the end of the day, Remy left Pap. It wasn't the other way around. Y'all keep forgetting that part. Remy left Pap. It wasn't the other way around. So what was Pap supposed to do? You know what I mean? So people give her a lot of crap as if they sit on this moral high ground, and honestly, it's an excuse. You don't dislike her because she's with Remy Ma's ex-boyfriend or ex-husband or husband. That's not why you dislike her. You dislike her because she's not supposed to be here. She's not. And that's the God's honest truth. That's the subconscious that nobody want to say. Most people dislike her because she's not supposed to be here. Misunderstood says she's messy and annoying. You know who's been super messy and annoying, but y'all gonna get mad and I don't care? Nikki. Nikki is hella messy and annoying AF. You know who else is messy and annoying AF? Cardi. But y'all ain't gonna get on here in droves and say that. Y'all ain't gonna get in the comments under they videos and posts in droves and say that. But every time Claressa do anything, it's buku black women in droves under her comments talking about how this, that, and the third. Girl, I'm just saying. It's a double standard, but it's subconsciously. That's why you don't understand it. That's why it don't come off like that. It happens in the back of your mind. But I told you the subconscious is what rules. You know what I mean? But anyways, I think she get a bad shape. Her dating Pap, them people is divorced. They're not divorced, but them people separated. Most of us date while we separated. It is what it is, but this is where things get funny. So Claressa Shields ends up at her or in her lane. Let's really be clear. Claressa Shields and Papoose have been into boxing. Obviously, Claressa is into boxing because Claressa Shields is a boxer. No, let me back that up. She is a U.S. Olympic gold medalist boxer. Let's really be clear about it. I wanted to put respect on her name because when we talk about her, we got to put the respect on her name. Okay, we got to do that part. So Claressa Shields is in her world, her realm. And it just so happened that this boxer is Puerto Rican, allegedly. I think he's Puerto Rican. I saw him waving a Puerto Rican flag. And his favorite artist just happened to be Terror Squad. with the token black girl, which is Remy. So he wants to come out to a song, and the song he decided to come out to is Lean Back. Now, as a boxer and as a person who believes in the power of the tongue, personally, I wouldn't have came out to that. You want to come out to something more positive, like, you know, I'm a winner, I'm a fighter. Like even on Rocky, he came out to Eye of the Tiger when he was running. You know what I'm saying? It was all about motivating. See, people don't understand the power of words, especially with music. They're nothing but spells anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you coming out to a song called Lean Back, and then he got Lean Back, and then we wonder why. But that wasn't the worst. Claressa Shields, because she has beef with Remy Ma, as we all know it, she ends up saying something, and everybody, most of the people in the comments were against her. But again, I already told y'all why y'all really against the girl. Let's really be clear. Hell, Cardi is dating while she married. Cardi dating while she married. Why y'all don't be under Cardi posts saying Cardi thirsty? Ain't Cardi still married? If I can recall correctly, I don't recall the divorce being final. I don't recall the divorce being final. Y'all clap for Cardi and her football player nigga. But with Claressa, if you go through the comments, it's all Remy. Oh, you just jealous. Remy. The girl gave you a husband. What else she want? Y'all don't do that to Cardi though. But again, it's selective. It's selective. I promise you it's selective. I promise you it's all selective. So anyway, she ends up writing, I don't think nobody should walk out to Lean Back no more. Now listen, as a boxer, she gonna talk her stuff. Also, as a boxer who has a personal vendetta or a personal issue with the likes of Remy Ma, she's definitely gonna talk her stuff. But people are literally on here dragging the girl because Remy Ma is the biggest celebrity. That's it. Y'all don't even care about Remy. Let's talk. Y'all don't even care about Remy. You only doing this because she's the biggest celebrity. And a lot of hurt women who ain't never got over the nigga who left them, they projecting and all of that stuff. Let's really talk about them. So she wrote, I don't think he should come out to Lean Back no more. And the crowd goes wild. Look at them come out. First of all, the energy of this performance was horrible. They didn't even look like they were excited to be there. Look at them. Girl, look, the energy ain't even there. Like, yeah, Remy did, and that's another thing I noticed too. I don't know if Remy looked as scared. They say make it bigger. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. I'm not going to say Remy looked as scared, but she looked at maybe nervous. And I don't know if that's possibly because Pap was in the audience or maybe because Pap was in the audience with Claressa, but she did look a little. Hold on, let me see if I can find it on Twitter so I can make it bigger so y'all can see it. But she looked a little, a little terrified, a little scared. She did. I'm not going to hold you. Let me see. Is this it? Hold on. I'm gonna show you that too. But she was looking a bit. She was looking a bit, like she was looking a bit perplexed. I'll say that, a bit perplexed. Let me see. I was trying to see if I can find a bigger video so y'all can see it better. Let me see. No, that ain't it. I can't find a bigger video. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see. Maybe I can make me bigger. Maybe I can make me bigger. Hold on. Or make me smaller. But this is the video of her coming in or them doing the song. It just was low vibe. It was low vibrational, but the man ended up getting knocked out. But look at how slow they walking. She do look like she a little nervous, like she looking around. Now, some people are saying that the performance was lackluster. If you can see the people in the crowd, literally nobody's like dancing or singing or anything like that. Everybody's just kind of like standing there. You can see the Puerto Rican people, the Terror Squad people in the front. They, you know, doing their big, you know, whoop, 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 whoop. But for the most part, everybody just kind of like, hey, y'all. And Remy do look like she might be a little bit, you know, off-put a little bit. But you got to keep in mind, Papoose and Claressa Shields was literally sitting ringside. Look, and Claressa is standing up in a very, in my opinion, in a very intimidating way, as if to show dominance. But I'm just saying, it ain't looking good for Fat Joe. People saying that the reason nobody wasn't rocking with it was because FBA ain't messing with Fat Joe, and we not. It is what it is, and it's not up for discussion. It ain't no reinstatement. That's another thing too with us. We got to stop reinstating people too. Once they out, they can't come back in. Period, point blank. So yeah, Fat Joe. People saying that the song is 40 years old, girl. The song is 40 years old. But I want to show you some of what's happening in the chat so you can know I'm not making this up about the people being mean to Claressa Shields. First of all, Super sent the first one comment, or at least she the one I see at the top. Super says, ruining your name with this mess behind a nigga in a cap. Pause. Get me up here because I got something to say. Super, are you serious? Is this a joke? Super Cent, this got to be a joke. You've literally embarrassed yourself for every single nigga you've ever had. Like literally every one of them. Like all we know you for is crayon makeup and getting embarrassed by a nigga. Make it make sense. No, because see, the pot gotta meet the kettle at some point. Make it make sense. All we know about Super is she used to sell makeup and she continues getting embarrassed by a nigga. How, Sway? How dare you? This is the world we living in, where people like Super get to talk about being embarrassed by a nigga. Girl, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. This is insanitary. Girl, I saw that and I was like floored. I was floored. I was like, girl, what? Girl. They say Super a clone. Maybe the clone wrote it. I don't know. Girl, please. Then, but if you scroll down the comments, somebody says, girl, she gave you the man. What else do you want? 10,000 likes. Almost 11,000 likes. The fact that he's allowing his woman to provoke his ex-wife, child mother says a lot about him and why she moved on. Now, that's another thing y'all be doing. Y'all be making stuff up. Y'all be seeing stuff and making whole scenarios up in her head, up in y'all head. How is he allowing her to provoke his ex-wife? Because she's standing? She's a boxer. Because she's standing at an event? Now it's, oh, you allowing your wife to provoke me. Y'all literally be making this stuff up in y'all head. He's allowing his new woman to provoke his wife. Provoke his what? But again, not saying that Remy, not saying that Claressa be all right, because sometimes Claressa do some crazy stuff. You feel me? Claressa has been known to do some real crazy stuff. Okay, let's really be clear about that. But ultimately, I think that she get a lot of unfair slack. I do. I believe that. I believe she get a lot of unfair slack. But the gag is, y'all forget that this lady right here, because the one you see now is the new and improved, but this lady right here, y'all wasn't checking for her. And y'all ain't really checking for her now. It's just a bunch of hurt people and bots online that's projecting this stuff to make regular people feel the way that they feel. Because let's really be clear. Y'all was not checking for this woman right here. And y'all wasn't even checking for the marriage. Quiet as it kept. The most we even talked about them niggas together is whenever we saw them on a red carpet event and everybody just went hashtag Black Love. Y'all don't give a damn about Remy. Y'all don't give a damn about Pap. Y'all don't give a damn about Claressa. It's just a bunch of hurt bitches and bots online projecting their own insecurities onto everybody else. And let's really be clear about it. Remy was once a Claressa Shields in the quote unquote dirty category. Remy was once a Claressa Shields. And still one at heart, if you ask me. And still one at heart, if you ask me. Because she do dirty bitch shit. Like try to get into a fight at the courthouse while all the sheriffs out there. That's some dirty hoe shit. That's some shit with a bitch who ain't got nothing to lose. See what I'm saying? Sometimes it ain't on you, it's in you. You feel what I'm saying? Remy Ma is still a dirty girl in her mind. Only a dirty bitch will be in front of the courthouse, in a federal courthouse, fighting a case for their child, getting ready to fight. Only a bitch who dirty in the brain or think like that. Quiet as it's kept. Because I know me, bitch, you could call me everything but the child of God. Ain't saying nothing to you in front of these folks, in front of these white people and these black blickies. Ain't gonna say nothing. Girl, ain't about to go back and forth with your bitch. Ain't going to jail. Ain't getting cited. Ain't about to be down here at the courthouse for me. Ain't gonna do it, bitch. Got too much to lose. But when you dirty in the mind, when you got a dirty girl mind, you don't mind, kicking off your shoes, woo woo, running down the court steps, talking about let's go. Crazy work. Now, I want to bring up this. So Layla Ali spoke. So apparently Layla Ali want to fight Claressa Shields. And this how I know y'all fake. Now, we done spoke about Layla Ali. Girl, y'all ain't never watched that lady fights. But now Layla Ali is on here saying that she don't mind fighting Claressa Shields for $20 million. Let me just say this. It's not feasible. If they were to fight, it'll be just as bad as that goddamn Mike Tyson fight with, what's that little clear boy name that was on the YouTube? It'll be the same thing. Layla Ali ain't fought in skulls and blows. This is an active Olympic gold medalist boxer. I get it. Y'all like Layla, but y'all don't really like Layla. Y'all like her daddy. Y'all like Layla because of who her daddy is. And I get it, y'all like Layla. But getting on here thinking that Layla even have a chance with Claressa Shields, y'all setting that lady up to be sitting in the doggone hospital as a vegetable. Are y'all okay? Are y'all insane? And quiet as it's kept, I'm starting to wonder how many, because I ain't never watched none of Layla fights. Did Layla really win them fights, or was it a bit of my daddy pulled a leg or something? If they were to fight, it would literally be a Tyson, Jake Paul type stuff, because there's no possible way. I don't give a damn if Layla Ali ain't stopped boxing since she come out the womb. There's no possible way that Layla Ali can get in the ring with Claressa Shields. I know y'all don't like her, but let's be logical here. Let's use our brains. Let's put our thinking caps on. Let's really put our thinking caps on. And as a matter of fact, I would love to see it. Because then after Claressa knocked Layla out, then y'all gonna want to be mad and call her all type of this, that, and the third. Girl, let's get into Layla.
Shields, there's rumors that you're gonna come back and fight her. What everybody's talking about it, or in the boxing circle.
The rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me about this. That's all.
Turkey has that money. Turkey's gonna set this up. I know it.
Unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even gonna have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight, but if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
I'll talk to Turkey tonight.
Do I look like I can fight again?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. I think so too.
And you're beautiful too. Layla, last one.
I've always thought she was so pretty. I've always thought she was so caramel and pretty. Even as like she's always been like she has a. To me, I love how caramel her skin tone is. But either way, where was I going with this? Everybody done toyed around with her fighting Claressa Shields. As a matter of fact, Muhammad Ali's first wife said that she would walk Claressa Shields out to the ring personally to whoop Layla ass. Oh, yes, she did. Oh, yes, she did. Muhammad Ali first wife said she will personally walk Claressa Shields to the middle of the ring so that she could whoop Layla ass. Now, I didn't say it. Muhammad Ali's first wife said it. I didn't say it. That's what that lady said. We talked about that already. So I feel like if it were to happen, it'll be on some sponsors and you know, it'll be on some, let's do it to say we did it and put some money behind it and pay-per-view it or put it on Netflix or something. But it ain't gonna be no real tear-down, throw-down box because no 40, 50-year-old Layla Ali gonna hang with no 20-something-year-old Claressa Shields. Now, y'all gotta be smart now. I know y'all don't like her and I know y'all like Layla, but y'all trying to get Layla's face rearranged and I'm not gonna let y'all do it. Okay? Y'all trying to get that lady face rearranged and I'm not letting y'all do it. And then y'all gonna want to be mad at Claressa Shields. Now, this is an important message I want to share with y'all. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I got an important message for y'all. We got to get serious really quickly. We got to get serious really quickly. All right. Now, this is about FBA and delineation. Now, I don't necessarily go with the whole label thing. FBA, but I understand that FBA is a group of people when I speak about my people, Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? I know that from doing my own genealogy that I have indigenous roots right here to this land of the America, or North America, I'm sorry. So my roots come here. I done already did my paperwork. I know where I'm from. I know where my family from, all the way damn near to the 1600s, okay? So I don't have no worries in that department. However, in the sense of what's going on in society today, I done told y'all this before. We are now in the process of being erased, okay? It's been talked about. Dr. Claude Anderson had been talking about it in the past. I've seen other people speak about it. I don't know where I get the awakening from, but somehow I've always felt like that. I've always knew that I was different from the African. I always knew I was different from the Mexican. I always knew it from a little bitty girl. You couldn't sit up here and tell. Nobody ever force fed me that out of Africa shit because it never made no sense. It reminded me of the time when we became Jehovah's Witness and I got slapped in the mouth because I asked my mama, they call the Jehovah's Witness, they call it the truth. And I remember I asked my mama when we first became Jehovah's Witness, because we became Jehovah's Witness in the middle school, girl. And I remember I asked, I said, why we got to be Jehovah's Witness? She said, because it's the truth. And I looked at her and I said, well, how you know it's the truth? And she said, because I done studied this, I know this the truth. And then I thought about it, and I was a little bitty girl. My mama bet the black off my lips. I said, well, what if we studied the Jehovah's Witness and then we die and go to heaven and we get there and God said we did it wrong? Now we all going to hell because you thought this was the truth. Pop, girl. I've been like this since a little bitty girl. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. My mama bat my face off my neck. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? But it was a genuine question. You around here talking about it's the truth. Girl, we might die and get to heaven and God said, that's the wrong one. Now we all jacked up. It's a genuine question. It's a genuine question. I've always been like this is what I'm trying to say. So I never bought the out of Africa theory. I never bought we all come from Africa. The boats never made, none of this shit never made sense to me. None of it. And I've always walked around the world knowing that I'm completely different from the African and from the Haitian and the Jamaican. No, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but I've always knew that we wasn't the same. I've always knew, even though we all black, we different. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, we're here now, and what's been happening, and this, if you ask me, I believe this happened, this was put into motion in the 60s with the civil rights movement. Listen, this is what happened. I don't know if y'all recall in the civil rights movement, I told y'all, if you haven't been on this channel, the civil rights movement was the cap to taking and extracting all black economic resources. Okay, that was like the big bang, if it makes sense. The civil rights movement, although it was portrayed and given to us as a great thing, we're getting our rights, we're getting the right to vote in some places, we're getting all these things. It's almost like a new cell phone. There's always drawbacks. But in this situation, when it came down to the civil rights movement, the drawback was way bigger than the benefit. For instance, I got a Galaxy Note 22 Extra, Ultra, whatever the hell this is. I don't know. The benefits of this phone is it's very convenient. I can pick up the phone if I need to look something up, if I need to go research, or if I need to make a phone call, if I need to text or email, or if I need to write a paper, I can literally write a whole paper on this phone. But the drawback to this is this phone listens to me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay. That's the biggest drawback to having a phone. It's the same thing with the civil rights movement. The things that were quote unquote good for us being able to eat at the lunch counters with the clears and go to school with the clears. Those were the things that were positive highlights. But the drawback was much bigger and much worse than the positive, because the drawback from that is we have literally become enslaving to the system. See, prior to the civil rights movement, we had our own economies, schools, nursing homes, post offices, banks, hospitals. We had that. They never tell you about that. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why, when they told you about the Montgomery bus boycott, they didn't tell you that they had Black bus owners. We didn't have to catch and read none of their buses. Why didn't they tell you that? Because for propaganda, they needed the world to believe that we all need to come together. So the civil rights movement, to me, that was the cap. That was like the big bang. That was the boom. This gonna put it all right into place. Now, what happened during that civil rights movement, one of the things that was happening was, remember, the clears had been having all these Europeans, these Europeans from other places come into America in droves since the 1800s and beyond, right? They've been having them coming in droves. And so our people decided, our ancestors decided, hey, if y'all gonna have all these folks coming in here, let some Black people come in here. Why did we do that? Because we thought, under the impression that all skin folk were kinfolk. We thought that everybody who shares this melanin, we all on the same page. We get taught in our churches, we get taught in our homes, we get taught in our schools to be Pan-African this, Pan-African that. We all one big nigga. That's how we're raised. We're socialized like that. We're literally Black Americans are socialized to automatically trust and deal with people who share our identity. It's embedded in our bloodline. It's been put in us for generations. Okay? And what happened with that was, during that time, our ancestors said, well, let some of us, because we're thinking we're all the same, let some of us come over here. And listen, if you're the powers that be and you understand that what they think they're getting is really not what they're getting, you understand that this is going to work out in my favor, because in order for me to erase them, I have to replace them. Let me say it again. In order for me to replace them, I have, in order for me to erase them, I have to replace them. That's what I said, okay? So what happens is you have to put in another person or another group of people in that identity, okay? Swear. So this is what happened to us when they first come over here, 1492 and after that. They literally took our identity and replaced us. They erased us and replaced us. This isn't the first time we've gone through this. That's why the $5 footlongs, aka the $5 Indians, aka the Native Americans, are running around here claiming to be indigenous, and we walking around here sleepwalking, trying to figure out where we belong. Oh, we from Africa. Oh no, we from here. Oh no, we from there. That's why, because they erased us and then replaced us. Now, what they're doing is that again. But they're doing it now with another group of people. This time, it's not going to be the $5 footlong. This time, it's going to be the very people that we're ushering in through this quote unquote Diaspora. The very people who are telling us we are one, we're all the same, we're all this one big happy Negro, are the very people behind the backs pulling the strings to pull the rug right from under you. Okay? And they're doing it under the guise of the diaspora. Okay? And what they do is they're making you feel guilty if you don't follow along with the BS. And the way they make you feel guilty is they say, oh, well, if you don't go with what I'm saying, then you must be xenophobic, or you must hate your own people, or you must hate your own kind. Since when has loving yourself meant hate to any other people? It has never been, nor is it ever anywhere now. You can't go to Nigeria and make them people feel bad about being Nigerian. You can't go to Hawaii and make those folks feel bad about being proud to be Hawaiian. You can't go to nowhere in a corner of Asia and make them folks feel bad about being proud to be in Asia, being Asian. But Black American, boy, the moment you turn around and say, I'm a proud Black American, I'm different, we are not the same, what's the first thing they do? Oh, you xenophobic. Oh, you anti this. Oh, you anti that. Ask yourself why. Of all the people on the face of this earth, why they get mad. And how that old song go? It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it. Ask yourself why that is, because as long as you walk around with the blinders on, with no identity or a confused identity, you'll never know you being played, and you'll never know you being dog walked. Black Americans, we have been dog walked since the 60s. And we have been literally carrying our own leash. Let me say it again. Black Americans, we have been getting dog walked by every group on the face of this earth. Before the 60s, but definitely during the 60s and beyond. And we are literally holding our own leash. They don't even have to put us on the leash. We walking ourselves with our own leash. Fucking with our emotions. We did it. We did it to ourselves. All that making them think that they Black, telling them that they're Black, forcing them to identify as Black. Now we can't get them off us. Remember? Oh, you just ashamed to be Black. You Black like me. You Black. All the time they were fighting us. I'm not Black. I know Black. I know Black. We were fighting them down. Now we can't get them niggas off us. And now they're literally replacing you. They look like you. They talk like you. They walk like you. They even stealing your last names. They don't keep their last names when they come over here. They come get your nigga last name. Let that sink in. And they doing it under the guise of we all one big nigga. Mind you, they can differentiate where they come from. You see the flags and their little cars in the windows. You see them all. You know, they can differentiate. But the moment we do it, it's a problem. Y'all ain't never asked yourself why that is. They make a lot of money off of you being ignorant, being dumb, and not knowing. They make a lot of money off of you not understanding who you are. And they coming in and they're replacing you physically and literally. That's why they taking your last names. Has anybody asked where they getting these last names from? How you just make up a last name and just grab it? Oh, I'm gonna just be Smith today. What? Where are they getting these last names from? Where are they etching these people into? Y'all never asked that? How can Matumbo come over here and turn into Smith? What Smith? Where does that Smith come from? Is that Smith connected to the Smiths that was here for generations upon generations upon generations? Has anybody asked that? Nope. We just loving the fact that Shamia last name Sterling and that she's living a life as a queen because she with her African. Nobody asking what Sterling is her husband tied to. Because if his last name is Sterling, there's a line of Black American Sterlings somewhere in America. Nobody asking. Nobody asking. Everybody just going on about their business. All the Africans coming over here taking your last names. They not taking Werschenheimer. They not coming over here taking, what's a clear last name? They're not taking none of the clear last names. They taking ours. I mean, the clears already took your last name. That's why you think yours come from them. So now the Africans come and take it. This is my theory, man. And this is just me talking. I'm a conspiracy theorist right now. Just this part. This part. This is my theory. Them Africans is really them Europeans. It was black Europeans who came over here with them white folks and took over this land and enslaved us and put us as prisoners of war. It was them black Europeans. Martin Luther King is a black Negro-pean. That nigga is a European. He ain't even from Acorn. I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Don't pay me no mind, but keep your ears open. Them damn Ghanaians, I don't know if they got them ones from Ghana, them ones from Nigeria. Them was them Negro-peans that was sitting over there helping to help come over here and conquer us. And I believe that they got backdoored and shipped out when they got into their wars, and they shipped them all across all Africa, and then they went and put them all together and put them in a place called Nigeria and Ghana and represented them to you. Now, this is my question to Black America. If we are to believe that we were sold as slaves from Africa, from the West Coast, and it was from them people, why the fuck y'all trying to be cool with them niggas? Let's go with the theory that we come from Africa and they sold us. Why the fuck y'all trying to be cool with them niggas? What in the mindset, what has to go on in your mind to make you want to go over there and visit that shit and look in that shit and be around that shit and let the people who sold you tell you the story of how they sold you? And you don't feel no type of way. Niggas losing the spirit. Niggas losing the spirit. Niggas losing the spirit. Y'all niggas going to spend thousands of dollars to get on a plane, go spend tens of hours to fly, to go over to the place where the people of the descendants of the people who sold you. Y'all going, and then y'all coming back with a sticker on your chest like that shit a badge of honor. Yeah, I went to Ghana. Yup. I saw it where they had my ancestors locked up. You a new age fool and you left that proud? But them the ones, y'all around here thinking is on your side. If their ancestors wasn't on your side, wouldn't the pluck make you think they on your side? Nigga, y'all don't get a white folks the same type of leeway. If the white folks' ancestors enslaved your people, you say F the offspring too, correct? Put a one in the chat. If you run across somebody and you found out they enslaved your ancestors, is you going to give the great-great-grandkids a pass because they different from the ones who enslaved your ancestors? No. So even if you think about the logic of us even dealing with them people, we are sick. We the only group of people doing this. No other people hangs out with the people who sold them into slavery. Just us. And they done got them people to come over here. They done renamed them, rebrand them. This is my conspiracy theory brain. But they done rebrand them, rename them. Nigeria ain't been around since the 60s. Do your homework. I don't want to hear. Oh, it was around before the 60s. That's when it gained its independence. Bitch, Nigeria as a country wasn't around till the 60s. I don't give a damn what them lost niggas in the woods was doing out there in Africa. Nigeria as a country ain't been around since the 60s. Your grandma older than Nigeria. Black American. Your grandmother is older than Nigeria. So miss me with that. Okay? But if we can hold the clears to that standard, and this is not trying to start no separate or nothing, but I'm just asking my people, this is a Negro meeting. How in our mind do we rationalize hanging and being amongst them folks? And then this is another thing. Why do y'all think they can't do what their ancestors did in the past? What make you think that shit ain't in their blood? If your great-great-granddaddy was a hoe-ass nigga, you probably a hoe-ass nigga right now. If your great-great-granddaddy was a real-ass nigga, you probably a real-ass nigga right now. If your great-great-grandmother was a slut and a whore, you love giving away coochie. It's just in your blood. It's in you. You can't do nothing about that. So then my question is, if they ancestors sold us, what in the fuck make you think they wouldn't do nothing dirty to us? And these the same people looking you in the face telling you, oh no, we need to be together. We all one. We need to be together. And y'all falling for that shit, lock, stock, and barrel. That's crazy. That's insanitary to me. That's how I know my people sick. Because even by the logic, nigga, as a matter of fact, you can't even talk to me from West Africa. If I am to believe that my ancestors come off a boat and y'all capture my people, unalive my people, had them chained up, stuffed them under a ship like sardines, had them throwing up on each other, defecating on each other. Some of them showed up sick and didn't make it and die. Nigga, it's up for life, nigga. I'm hoping 10 years down, my generation won't fight your kids. Nigga, what you mean? But we over there loving the people because we think they different. If we are to believe that story. Think about the logic. These are the very people that we are being told, or we have been told that we should take a liking to, or that we should be all cool with, or whatever the case may be. These are the very people who are getting on here telling us, and let me pull it up. These are the people that are getting on here telling us, because these are those people. Let's really be clear. These are the people on here getting up on here telling us that we are overreacting, that we need to stop and we need to come together. Global unity. Black America ain't never been global in unity with nobody. Everybody sit back and watch us take licks. Everybody. Everybody. Every single group. We ain't had no unity with nobody. So any Black American on here talking about unity, I don't understand. Oh, well, what if you break up, you're gonna break up the unity. You need Black power. Let's really be clear. I do believe that we do need some sort of diaspora. Because I do believe that small number of clears, they can be wiped out. But I do think that we do need a diaspora. We need the Jamaicans to be on their stuff. We need the Africans to be on their stuff in all them countries. We need the Black Mexicans. We need the Black Americans to be on their stuff. But we got to fix our stuff first. We got to put us first. We can't, when you're on a plane and it's about to go down, what the folk tell you? Don't put your life, don't help the person next to you put their life jacket on until you put yours on, right? Why is it a problem when we put our life jacket on? Because it's not about that. They don't care about us coming together in unity because we ain't never had no damn unity. Okay? It's never been about that. It's always been about a way to take from Black America. And now they put another face in it. Let me say this too before we get into this little clip. Let me say this too. It's a whole lot of Black mayors in y'all towns that's Africans. Let me say that again. It's a whole lot of black mayors in y'all neighborhoods that are African. You don't know it, but they are Africans. And you think because they look like you that they have your best interests at heart. There are some Black mayors who are Black American, and you still think that they have your best interests at heart. These people are the people making sure that these other folks can take your identity, okay? Let's really be clear about that. Now, this is Carolyn Wenger. Is that her name? Let me let y'all see it. Get the likes up on the video, please. Shout out to everybody in the building. So this is Carolyn Wenger. I want to play this for you. Okay, so this is her. She is from Kenya. She is from Kenya. And watch how she talk, because all of them talk Pan-African this, Pan-African that. But the reason they talk Pan-African this is Pan-African that is because they need a way to integrate. Malcolm X said it best. They would integrate and then infiltrate. They have to integrate, right? So they have to come in like we one big Negro, this one big Pan-African this, Pan-African that. We all gonna be Afro this, Afro that, Afro, Afro, Afro. But the point we don't see is, what we're not understanding is she's slithering her way in to take it from us. Now, I don't know about you. I haven't been to Essence in a while, but I don't plan on going back to Essence at all. If people decide to boycott Essence, it is not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, I fully support it. Okay. But this African woman is on here talking to us and preaching to us about Pan-Africa this and black that. Mind you, she's an African. She's not the authority, nor does she have the history or the knowledge to speak on black anything. Remember, when these folks, I don't care where they grew up at, when they go into the side of their houses, they go back to whatever country they from. So if you got a Mexican partner, when he open his door and come outside with you, he Jesus. But when he go back inside, he's Jesus. Mama in there with the tortillas on the stove, girl. It looked like Lil Mexico in there. If you friends with a Jamaican, it's cool outside. They might be Lil D, but inside, they whatever their Jamaican name is. They got the patois going and the goddamn oxtails of Berlin. Same thing with these Africans. When they go into their homes, they go back to their homes. Does that make sense? So they don't get the authority on black culture, black nothing, because you don't even live it. You witness it. You tiptoe and double dutch in and out of it, but you don't live it. You don't live it. Them people live their native whatever inside their homes. But they come out here and speak black to us. And we listen like fools. We listen like fools. How the hell somebody who don't know a third about black tell me about something black? Let's get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video.
I had the opportunity to join a group of people that went to Ghana for the Full Circle Festival. I had talked with my dad about being excited about going because I knew my Kenyan heritage. I'd known it from the beginning. My dad told me all those stories, right? It was undisrupted by the slave trade on the Eastern Coast. I was excited to go to Ghana because the remnants on the coast there of the transatlantic slave trade were something I didn't see in Kenya. And I was excited to see that. So I was talking to him about that and he paused and he said, well, there was another slave trade that happened on the eastern coast of Africa that doesn't have a lot of history behind it because it took slaves to Asia, but they weren't allowed to procreate. And so it didn't last as long. He said, so our heritage did interact with slavery in Kenya. And I was like, well, Dad, you said it wasn't disrupted. And he says, well, the Wangas did what they had to do to survive, which meant participate in the enslavement of other Kenyans.
Wow.
So now she's telling you what bloodline she come from. Her daddy telling her that they participated in slavery, right? And this is the biggest misconception, another huge misconception that a lot of people don't understand about slavery. More slaves left America than came. The intra-American slave trade, they never tell you about it and they never talk about it. But what they don't tell you is that there were more Black Americans who left from America and went to Europe and all over the Americas. School don't teach you about that. Okay? So she's telling you who her bloodline is. Her bloodline has come from people who took part in slaves or enslaving people. As a culture, collectively, Black Americans don't come from that bloodline. Okay? Black Americans just don't. But this is the person who's in charge of Black culture now. This is the person in charge of our Black culture. And what they did was blend. They trying to hurry up and blend in the Afro stuff into our stuff. That's why you go to the Essence Festival and they have a Jola versus Jambalaya contest. But they blend themselves in and then become the authority. They already doing it. They already doing it. They already becoming the authority. We already sitting down on the Breakfast Club listening to this heifer tell us about anything Black or at any given point. Like, we gotta stop this. And I was listening to the brother Tariq Nasheed. I was listening to his broadcast. Because I like listening to his playbacks. I never could catch the lives. Because he go live in the middle of the night. I'm on the East Coast. Ain't gonna do it. I gotta get my sleep. I need my beauty rest. But it was this professor called in. I forget his name. I'm gonna get him on here. But this professor called in, and he had a message that was so powerful. I had to come over here and share it with y'all because first of all, he said damn near everything I was thinking, and it's something that we need to take into account because I told y'all it's like when it comes down to this what's happening to us, our wealth being extracted, our culture, because that's all we have left. We don't have no economic wealth or really power. The economic power that we have is already controlled. Okay, so all we have right now is our culture. That's literally all we have, and if we lose that, we literally lose everything. And these people are put in place. They since the 60s. I'll never forget eBay on doggone Good Times. Remember they bought eBay from Nigeria on Good Times, and he was over there teaching them the customs and all of that stuff with Floyd and them sitting on the floor eating the Play-Doh. These people are put here to do exactly what they are doing. They are helping the powers that be like they did before. If you would believe my conspiracy theory, they are helping them to erase us. See, they need us here because we are the clout. We are the money. We are the currency. So they can't physically get rid of us, but they can get rid of us and put a new name on it and make tens and tens of dollars and make us the permanent underclass. That's who these people are. Now, this is not to say this is every African, because that's not what I'm saying. This is not to say that this is every foreigner that you meet, because that's not what I'm saying. But these ones that are put in these powers of or positions of power, y'all are not asking how and why. They are put here to take away your identity, what's left of it. We have to fight to keep that. If we don't fight to keep that, we will be slaves. The most lost. You think we lost now. You have no clue. You're not even ready for what's going to happen. If we continue to let them trick us with this political mess, trick us with this left versus right mess, trick us with this gay versus straight, lesbian versus TS, trick us with all this man versus woman stuff, we are going to perish. We are going to perish. Matter of fact, let me rephrase that. We are in the process right now as we speak of perishing. Look at Essence Festival. We are in the process of perishing right now. We're literally fading as we speak right now. And we don't even realize it because we've been taught that, remember, they don't teach all of them to be Pan-African. They didn't teach no other group of people in the world to be Pan-African except you. Why do you think that is? You the only person, you the only group of people on earth they told to be a Pan-Africanist. Only the Africans that come on this side or do a lot of relations on the west side, them the only ones believe in that Pan-African stuff, and they don't really believe in it. They the only ones talk that Pan-African stuff. We the only ones believe that. Why? What does the world and the system gain for us to be the only ones think we all one big nigga? Let me show you this video. I want to let y'all hear this professor. I cannot remember his name, but when I tell you this brother was spitting, this brother was spitting. And this is the message you have to hear. Not that you need to hear. You need to hear it, but you have to hear this message. I can't remember the time step. Hold on.
This is an African day with
what they don't tell you about weight loss.
Sorry about that. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I think that was the brother speaking right there.
Americans. I can see a day with one of our last conversations before he had Langley loved me. I loved him.
Mm-hmm.
He told me this. Dr. Suleiman Yang
Professor
also
Allen.
Very close to me. One of our last.
That's the brother's name, Professor Allen. I apologize. My apologies. I couldn't remember his last name. Professor Allen. He always calls up too.
Conversations before he had a series of heart attacks and strokes. As he told me I have a fear. This is what you're afraid of, Doc. He says, if you're not going to want to hear this, well, come on. This is what's your fear? He says, I can see a day where there will be no more Black Americans. The African American will be destroyed. It'll be.
Now, just to give you context, he's talking about He was big on this Pan-African movement back in the 90s, back in the day, college and everything. And he was working with Africans doing this Pan-African stuff that they had going on. He said one of his African professors pulled him aside and told him that basically they're trying to erase you. Now, this was, according to him, back in the day. So this wasn't recently. But pay attention to what he's saying, though.
This is what your fear says. You know, I can see a day where there will be no more Black Americans. The African American will be destroyed. He'll be removed, eliminated.
Dr. Randy Short. So it's not Professor Allen. He's another one who calls in. I like him. It's Dr. Randy Short, if that's the person who's here. Thank y'all. But he's telling them that they're going to erase you. Look.
This is how? It says, you're going to be consumed by the Africans coming in. This is what Suleiman Yang, look him up, real person. I got a doctorate studying under these people. These Africans, you've got to fight for what's yours. They're not coming. And that's what Dr. Langman says as a Pan-Africanist. I thought we were all together. I thought we would stand together. And I watch how these people at Howard, you talking about how they treat, and it says, this is a betrayal of everything I've lived for. And it says, you know what? It's not you guys that are mixed breed. It's the ones they brought their tribalism. They don't learn anything. All the things that could be appreciated about Black Americans, other than taking the stuff from you that they won't fight for where they come from. They'll come and take it from you, use your kindness against you, and get with the whites behind. Says, don't let them take your country. Says, you promised me. Says, I seen you do too much. I was shocked. So understand, I knew some. I've been dealing with Africans a long time. My mentors, Mother Sion, Dave Chappelle's mom. I know generations of people who've been backstabbed by Africans. In fact, backstabbing is as African as hunger, war, and disease. Tribalism is as African as sunshine. And over there, the stuff that they do here, they already have centuries of practice of doing to one another. How else did white folks take it over with so few soldiers? Because they were backstabbing and fighting, wouldn't come together. I don't think Black Americans are crabs in the barrel, but just maybe there's an African sun crab that we don't know about.
Now, really quickly, because I got to stop it for context, or for content, because YouTube make us do that now. Let me say this. Something he said that was interesting when he said the African professor told him that basically these Africans are coming in to take your country. Please don't let them do that. You know what I'm saying? That spoke volumes to me. And it would make sense when you talk about, if you were to go with my theory, because it's just a theory, that those Africans that we see here from Ghana and Nigeria are really the Negropeans who were over there to help capture us before. It would make sense that they bring them back if history repeats itself and there's nothing new under the sun. Everything you did has already been done. It would make sense why they used them the first time to conquer us, and then they would use them again the second time. Again, this is just conspiracy theory. But they got us good and indoctrinated to be blinded by these people and not look past who and what they are. So now that they got us good and blinded, they can just swindle their way right on in with the African stuff. Remember, right on top of this, the civil rights movement, when they started bringing the Africans over, was in the 60s. Jesse Jackson hit us with the African American when? In the 80s. Let me make you laugh. Let me show you how they slowly but surely dwindled away our identity. Even when we were called Negro, it was a defining term. Even when we were labeled under the term Negro, it was a defining term. Although it meant Black, it still meant a specific group of people. But we allowed Trinidadian, what's that boy name? Stokely Carmichael to come over here and introduce the term Black Power, and then it was turned around and reiterated by James Brown saying, "Say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud." Then we got double back with Jesse Jackson in the 80s with African American. Then we went on this whole African diatribe, and now we're here. Let's not include the amount of religions that came up in this. Let's not include the amount of religions that came up in this. Wasn't it the Hebrew Israelites come up through the 80s? Which was a good thing? Which was a good thing because at least it started the conversation of identity. Like the Muslims did prior to. But I'm saying all that to say, if you think about the gradual steps that it took to get us here, and you look at what they're doing now, you can see the play. You can literally see what they're doing. They playing coy, they playing nice. I remember when I was in kindergarten and we first learned about Thanksgiving, the Cowboys and the Indians. Not the Cowboys and the Indians, the Pilgrims and the Indians. Remember that? Remember they told us the Pilgrims came over and they slept, they ate with the Indians, and the Indians opened their doors with open arms, and they gave when they broke bread with them, slept with them, eat with them, did all that, and then waited to the middle of the night and then ambushed them. Remember they told us, and that's how we started celebrating Thanksgiving. Remember they told us that. Apply that to what the fuck going on right now. Remember the story. According to legend says that these people came in and was cool with them, chilled with them. The Indians welcomed them on in, fed them, bathed them, taught them how to wash their ass and not eat their dogs and things of that nature. And then they snuck on them like a thief in the night. That's exactly what's happening with these Africans, in my opinion.
And these people do not work together. If you've hung out there, certain people won't talk to each other. They'll talk to you as a Black American there before they'll talk to another person from their own country, because they're not, these countries, constructed by European borders. These folks are still fighting feuds, like in the Sudan. Remember the girl, the Cosby Kid looking girl, or whatever it was, boy, whatever, tranny? And I said to that person, if you can't understand delineation, why should I understand you guys doing cattle raiding and raping and robbing and burning villages every year as proof that you guys, got it going on? Why do you guys drink cow urine and eat cow doo-doo? Why are we so hard to understand, but making beer out of cow piss it's easy? That person, right? And I'm not trying to say everybody Africans like that. I don't hate, we don't hate Africans. When you hear me speak, the last time I was talking about what other people did to stop genocide of Blacks in Latin America. Dr. Langley knew I organized the Stop the Genocide campaign in Darfur. And I could go on and on about stuff that's concerned me about Africa, where, like, I'm on a terrorist list for speaking up for Africans, but at the same time, we can't point to people that would do the same thing for us. Even the Palestinians can get help. Who would care if all of us were wiped out in this country?
Nobody.
Who would give a flying if every Black American were wiped out? Because these people want to do business with the boss man the same way where they came from. They do business with the CIA. They do business with the French Secret Service. They do business with MI6. They do business with Mossad. A lot of these people come over here are compromised traitors in their own country. And they come here, and I know this because I dealt with them. They try to get with Black folks sometimes to get access to white people, then dump you. And in many instances, to get weapons to go back and kill people in Africa. So we should understand that the same way white folks have a color problem, Africans have a tribal problem, and they're not interested in changing. When they come here, they see our affinity for them as people of color as a joke.
Yeah.
And they've done this, and they've gotten into the government, like you said. They have this office here in DC called the Office of African Affairs. You better believe no Black American could ever volunteer or participate. When they set up stuff, it's only for them. But when there's something for us, they're in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah.
And the Caribbeans have been doing it longer. They're a little slicker, but it's all the same. And Jaime Garima, who I respect as a filmmaker, but I'll tell you, a lot of these Pan-Africanists, they're the biggest backstabbers of all, because they'll never be honest about tribalism. They'll never, and yet all that delineation that goes on in Africa with their mass murders every day, I send you stuff every now and then. They're killing people, and all we're saying is that we exist. And so you'll find that their Pan-Africanism is very similar to white Nazism, that we should be exterminated or we shouldn't exist as an identity. In fact, in the words of Dr. Yusef Clyde, Malcolm X's mentee, my mentor as well, the one that got Rodney King's stuff put before the UN, his wife and he was saying, the most dangerous thing that can be done to a people is to destroy their identity. So when you see the resistance to us delineating, these people are saying, if we could destroy them having identity, we can effectively kill them.
Do you understand how important what he just said is? Do you understand how important what he just said was? I'm going to replay this one time because I need you to understand, overstand, outerstand, every stand you can. I need you to internalize this shit. I need you to eat it, sleep it, drink it, fart it, shit it, piss it. I need this shit to ooze from your skin. I'm going to play this part one more time. This is the biggest, if you want to put a stop to majority of the stuff we got going on, this is the biggest thing we have to do. I'm going to play it one more time. Again, I need you to understand, overstand, outerstand, upper stand, down stand, any kind of stand you need to do this. I need you to feel this. Listen to what he's saying.
In the words of Dr. Yusef Clyde, Malcolm X's mentee, my mentor as well, the one that got Rodney King's stuff put before the UN, his wife and he was saying, the most dangerous thing that can be done to a people is to destroy their identity. So when you see the resistance to us delineating, these people are saying, if we could destroy them having identity, we can effectively kill them. Your crime, Tariq.
See what I'm saying? If we can destroy their identity, we can effectively kill them. Now, understand what he means when he says effectively. Meaning they don't want to put us all in one pile and then unalive all of us. That's not what he's saying. They need us here. But if you can kill us, meaning take away our identity, have us walking around like zombies, you can effectively kill the group. You can kill the people, the nation. The nation no longer exists once you kill the identity. If a place without an identity is just an empty place. There's a reason why, as Black Americans, we have been reclassified over and over and over and over and over and over. And when the reclassified stop working, now they're starting to sprinkle in a razzle dazzle of some tethers in to make us even more confused. Identity is the first thing. If you want to listen, as a collective, once you start to understand who you are, I swear to you, I will give you my life if I'm lying to you. Once you start to understand what you are, you can see so much going on around you because it's almost like doors and eyes just start going wide open. It's almost like you don't even want to see the shit no more. And it's still boom, boom, boom in your face. Identity is key. And this is why we've never had one identity. This is why we the only group of people with 1,000 different religions. All of the Japanese, most of them got the same Buddha. Most of the Hawaiians got the same Buddha if that's what they do. Most of the whites got the same clear Mary. We the only group of people with 1,000 religions. Why? Has anybody asked why? Identity. That's what this is all about. Identity. So this is why you get a lot of pushback from these folks talking about, oh, y'all delineating, y'all anti-Black. It's a distraction. It's just a way to get you to not stay the course. It's a big joke. Everybody is in on it except you. The kryptonite is identity. Until you do your genealogy and find out who your great granny was, or at least 4-5 generations up, you're going to be walking around here lost. This has been an effective tool put in place perfectly and has worked flawlessly. But you can combat that. It's about knowing who you are. Not who they are, who you are. That's where it starts, literally. Let them finish cooking.
It's giving Black folks a chance to exist, a fighting chance. And pat yourself on the nuts somewhere.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Yes. And I could go on and on, but other people need to come. But brother, we need a delineation film.
Yeah, my man.
Shout out to Dr. Short, if that's his name. I can't remember. Shout out to the brother. Listen, this is the point. If you really sit down, you could think that what I'm saying is a bunch of cap. It's cool. But just do me a favor. Sit down and think about it. Just think. You don't have to do no Googles. You don't have to do no research. You ain't got to do none of that. All you got to do is just sit down and just use your brain for 5 minutes. Just 5. Just think about it. Sometimes this shit ain't as hard as it looks. Sometimes things aren't as complicated as they seem. Sometimes it's super black and white right there in your face. If you think about the things that has been done to us in the past and you look at what's happening now, think about what's been done to us and where we are now, and then look at what's happening to us now. And I promise you, you can literally see it with your own eyes what the future gonna be. And it don't look good. We are confused. We are idol worshiping people right now. We are all over the place. We have become literal Sodom and fucking Gomorrah. We are so distracted running behind these weird ass celebrities and these weird ass kids that we can't see light of day. Not only that, we got bots working against us. The COINTELPRO ain't never stopped on Black America. We got bots working against us in the chats. We got doggone whole platforms geared just to keep us all confused and jacked up. We got enemies coming from every which way but loose. And the way they keep us like that is keeping us not identified. If we don't know who we are, they can keep us distracted. Oh, look over here. Cardi B had another baby. Oh, look over here. 4 Extra blew his hand off. Oh, look over here. They fighting on baddies. There's nothing wrong with you looking over here. I do it. But you got to be able to cut that shit off and turn on the brain that really works sometimes. Until you capable of doing both, cut that shit off. Because right now, these Africans are physically and literally coming into America with your skin tone, with taking your last name. They're going to walk right into your genealogy and into your identity. And when it's time to give away reparations, guess who gonna get them? If you don't know your genealogy, all that reparation stuff you talking about, it ain't gonna work. Just being Black American don't get you reparations. You got to come down with the paperwork anyway. So as long as y'all out of here, reparations, you got to do your genealogy. You got to do it. That's the only way you can even talk to somebody about reparations. But as long as you continue to walk and be blinded and confused and just run amok around this world, I'm telling you now, they're going to continue to slither in and take on your identity. They're going to start acting more like you, talking more like you. Bad enough AI doing a number on us. They're going to continue to do it. And before you know it, you're going to look up, no cap. Mark my word. And I said this in the past, and I don't know why I keep saying this. It's on my heart, and I got to say it. It's mark my word. You're going to look up, and what they told you was your past is really going to be your future. By the time you catch up, it's going to be too late. You know, Black Americans are already reactive. We ain't got a proactive bone in our body. By the time we look up, this gonna be us, and everybody gonna be, our children are gonna be able to read, they're gonna be able to write, they're gonna have to depend on everybody for everything. We ain't gonna have no identity. We gonna be producing everything. We ain't gonna have no identity, no nothing. We just gonna be actual slaves. They was just showing you your future, girl. They was lying when they told you that was your past. They was just playing. Find out your goddamn identity, y'all. If you don't have an identity, you're already fading. With that being said, I got to get up off here. Love y'all down to the ground. Catch y'all on the next one. Do that genealogy and ground. Love y'all. Bye.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go! It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.